Hello and welcome to the 80th Planet Destiny podcast, sponsored by Blue Microphones and Headphones. We are here this week to talk to you about stuff, Destiny. Actually have a little bit to talk about. We saw the first reveal stream. Wait, is it the first one? Or is it second?
Sort of first.
It's the first.
Okay, the first actual stuff where they shown us in great detail what they're gonna be doing. We got to take a little ride around the Cosmodrome, and during that time they also said, hey, we're not gonna we're gonna show more PvP stuff at Gamescom. We're gonna show more PvP stuff at Gamescom
1 month
and that's
later.
in a month. So see you then, guys.
Good podcast, guys. Awesome.
Later.
Briar's was great. Briar killed it.
Briar's was 10 out of 10.
Good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Seriously though, can't wait for the Gamescom thing. It looks like they have a bunch of European YouTubers, streamers, people like that.
Bife and more console because Peasant Guard is there.
All the Peasant Guard's gonna be there. Zombies Factory, PlayStation Access. A ton of people are gonna be there to do some stuff with them for Gamescom. Can't wait to see all the Crucible stuff. Mostly because I love talking about Crucible stuff. We constantly get reminded that this is not a Crucible podcast, but it kind of is because
it kind of turned into one.
It always turns into one. At about the 5th week or so into the expansion, turns into Crucible podcast.
It has to,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually really excited for that Gamescom thing, but I did really enjoy the ride along too. The ride along, I saw some complaints that it was too short. They didn't show too much, but I really enjoyed what they showed. It got me really excited for re-exploring the Cosmodrome for the first time. I'm mega psyched for that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what people were really expecting because the fact that it was a ride along of the Cosmodrome, that's an area that we're already very familiar with. So I kind of got what I was expecting. It's a place that we've already seen. We got to see some of the new AI, like the new shooty fallen balls, shooting more balls.
Yeah,
they shoot more balls.
that was
Red balls.
The red balls. There were
Red
lots
balls
of red
and
balls.
red lasers.
Are they sponsored by Red Bull?
Probably.
Year
potentially.
3. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
Pump's gotta start
Could
buying
be.
cases of Red Bull
yeah,
again.
Ziva-powered Red Bull?
Yeah,
There we go.
the Red Bull
It's happening.
EXP thing, the little focus light, the turn-in for that, I think that's about to be done really soon here. So if you got any spare Red Bulls with the codes on them, turn it in now.
Do it.
Do it.
Somebody, I think it was GR Johns last night on stream, said that the Siva looks like evil licorice. And I was like,
It does a little
They look,
bit.
yeah, it looks like
Dude,
they look like
it's
Twizzlers.
red
That
vines.
is
It's red
spot on.
vines because Twizzlers are
Right.
the master race.
or what? Red vines.
And
Twizzlers
red vines
are the
yeah.
good licorice.
Twizzlers.
Red
Yeah.
vines are the
Twizzler.
evil.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
think they need to seek a Red Vine sponsorship. Destiny, Bungie, Activision.
could do
Sorry, Activision.
Yeah.
Get on it. You need that Red Vine sponsorship because it's evil. Evil Red Vines.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
it was
was
pretty much what I
impressed.
expected.
I was impressed that they didn't go too far too. They didn't show all of the Cosmodrome. They took it pretty slow. They showed a little bit of stuff. They stopped short at open gates where the Siva infected Fallen had cut new openings in the wall. They showed that yes, there are new explorable areas in this place that you've been exploring for the last 2 years. But we're not going to give anything away here. We'll give you a taste. We'll whet your appetite, but we're not going to give you a full course meal. That comes in September. I really enjoyed that. That's something I'm always afraid of when I watch these things. Are they going to give away all the secrets? Are they going to give away too much so that when I get the game, I'm not going to feel surprised and delighted by what I get to explore? And I feel like I've got a lot to see in the Cosmodrome still.
Definitely. You heard Deej talk about that too. He was like, you guys are going to be able to explore and discover a lot of stuff, but this is just a taste. And it seemed like they were very aware of the fact that we don't want to be spoiling,
Yeah, you don't want to ruin the excitement. Part of when new DLC comes out in Destiny, it's that exploration and the excitement of finding things. So if you just show all of it, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Hopefully they give us
all
more than
this
3 days to get it done.
I'm really hoping that I'm no matter what, I'm taking my time with the expansion. If they end up doing the same thing with, hey, we're releasing like the raid 3 days later, I'm just be like, you're gonna find me exploring the Plague Lands because I want to memorize the map inside out because that's what I feel like doing, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just buy an account from like a Chinese gold farmer.
Do those exist?
To raid with?
I don't think those exist
Chinese
yet.
gold farmer? What?
Those
They
exist.
do. They exist for Destiny. Yeah, you can buy.
I know you can buy
accounts for Destiny.
Yeah, you can buy accounts
that are like fully leveled up.
God.
Really?
Oh God.
Yeah. A lot of people were using them for Trials of Osiris, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I remember seeing that like last summer.
Huh.
God, I know that's been a thing, wow, forever.
The Cosmodrome, like exploring the Cosmodrome, that's always been my favorite personally place to do patrols because it just it connected with me the most because it is kind of this like decayed golden age type of place, and now to see like another version of that's further decayed. I loved how Deej and the other developers were talking about how the Fallen have no respect for our history and they're really tearing it apart piece by piece, and it just looked interesting. I loved all the weather effects too, and like how there's these glowy bits where the fallen shanks had been cutting away at bits of metal and stuff. It was just
and they're still there too,
visually interesting.
Yeah, the shanks are still there too. Like they're actually in the middle of cutting things.
Yeah,
and
you can
shoot them and all that.
And apparently
They made that weird like screechy machine. Like
there was a good post on Reddit today. I can't remember the user, but he noticed that those shanks that have been flying around the Cosmodrome in the stream, cutting away pieces of stuff, those are currently in the game.
Are they really?
During the public events, when the Glimmer Miner comes down in some areas, there's those little shanks flying around the Glimmer Miner.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
kidding.
interesting.
Yeah,
I've never noticed this before. Did they get recently added?
No, they've been there because I've noticed them too, but I didn't put two and two together. I thought it was just like a floaty, rotaty piece of the thing. They didn't move around as much. But so it looks like it's a new it's a model of shank that does that, but now it's actually getting to free float around and go do stuff, go do shank things.
Interesting.
Graphically, like I feel I was watching a stream. Right, so like whenever you see a stream of a game, it always there's a loss of quality, right?
Degradation,
but
yeah.
Graphically, what I was seeing, I was pretty impressed with. The weather effects, the extra, these extra little enemies flying around. Specifically the parts where the Siva had kind of infected, where you saw these huge tendrils of red vines. It just graphically looked just a step above what I'm used to seeing from Destiny. And I wonder if that's because of the drop of last gen, or if maybe it's just because it's new. My eye is just kind of like drawn to it.
What if Bungie just got good?
Got good. Maybe they did.
Yeah.
Possibly.
They're outplaying the Cosmodrome.
Yeah. I did note like it was kind of funny when they went through that little connector to actually get out into I think the divide right there.
Yeah.
Like they went through the hallway and they're like, this won't look like this when the game comes out.
With the luminosity.
Yeah, everything was just like
It was
Yeah.
very much.
It looks
kind of
cool though, honestly.
We saw that.
Yeah.
We
Did
saw
look
that
cool.
where
Yeah.
Deej actually fell into an area
God.
where he was supposed to die, but didn't.
Yeah.
And that set up the hilarious
Good old
335 light level thing. Or
355, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I keep saying 335.
I missed that too when he did it. I was actually more consumed with the idea that they were in a developer build and all the kill boxes were turned off.
No, it wasn't
You
kill
know,
boxes
'cause
were turned off. They couldn't take damage. They couldn't die.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
It was basically set where
That's what
they
it
were
was?
gods. If you notice, they didn't have health bars at all when they were taking damage.
Yeah, they didn't have health
So-
bars.
It's basically how I experience the Crucible every day.
Right, you're God.
Yes.
That was supposed to be funnier than it was, but just didn't land.
No, I got it. I got it, bro. I got it. See, that just let me into your world a little bit, Briar, because I can totally see you sitting there thinking like, I'm a god, yeah, and you're just ignoring. you just forget all the times that you die. You just during that
short-term memory
yeah,
loss.
during that period where you die and respawn, it's just kind of like you're just.
That's when I look at
on
chat.
on autopilot. Yeah,
Yeah. It's the chat time period. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we got
so
to see...
back to that part when he switched to the Titan, that auto rifle.
Oh,
that auto
yeah.
rifle looked awesome, right?
Black Saros auto
all of the
rifle with
guns.
the
Yes.
SIVA infection in it.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of a SIVA infection than we saw in the
But
last
it looked like it
trailer
was-
too.
Yeah, it looked like it had eaten holes in.
Yeah, almost like
the
an acid.
Yeah,
burn
like
through it,
SIVA
right?
had somehow got into the gun slightly and given it some new perks potentially.
I dropped
Yeah.
But all the guns looked really cool. The pulse rifle looked really cool too. I really like the colors of it. So I'm
I don't know if you
excited for
guys
new weapons.
noticed with that Black Saros rifle too, is that the sight changed when he was almost done firing. It like added these little diamonds around it. So like I don't know if that's a perk activating.
it's most likely just to all the sights in Destiny. Basically, all of them have something to signify that you're running low on your magazine. Aside from like the iron sights or red dots, like they show that you are running low on ammo in your mag.
It was a very cool looking sight. It was a very cool looking gun. That model is essentially the same as the white one we have now, but somehow it looked far cooler in black with the SIVA infection on it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
also I think it had one of those I can't think of the name. I never use them. You get them out of Sterling Treasure, the color thing.
Chroma.
The chroma. It looked like it had a chroma on the side of it
Yeah,
too.
the SIVA insignia or whatever.
SIVA chroma.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if he put a red chroma or if that's just a permanent feature on those
That might
weapons.
just like signify that it's SIVA. Like,
That it's SIVA. Yeah.
You
Or
think?
a fallen House of Devils.
So would
I
that
don't
be
know-
a
I don't know
raid
all the
weapon if
emblems.
it's SIVA?
You think?
I don't know that they would have showed us a raid weapon. And
Yeah.
I-
I get the impression that there's going to be a whole like Vanguard / Crucible set of SIVA stuff.
I think there's going to be
That
some
would be
sort
cool.
of upgrade.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some sort of weapon modification thing that you can do involving SIVA.
Oh.
When
That
they
would
were-
be cool.
I read this on Reddit. I didn't see it happen, but apparently, like some sort of legendary item dropped. It was like some sort of SIVA type item dropped while they were doing that. So I don't know.
there was the
I thought it
SIVA
was-
cluster.
Yeah, SIVA cluster. That was it.
Right, but
So-
I'm
cluster
making
though.
an assumption. So that was during that same part, or I don't think that guy's screen was ever. No, Deej was on the screen at that point. So one of the fire team members, found a SIVA cluster, but I was kind of assuming that was going to be like a, spin metal type of collectible. Or,
I
maybe.
think Patrick, you might be onto something.
I think
there
there's gonna
with
be-
the modding of weapons.
I think there's going to be some
with
sort of
SIVA?
weapon modification.
because that's
with
what
SIVA.
SIVA's all about, right?
Yeah.
You're taking
Yeah.
it and augmenting yourself and your weapons to make them
Yeah,
more
you
powerful.
could-
So if we were somehow able to get that and put it into our weapons, maybe giving us like an extra perk or extra kind of mod, just like you can do in Call of Duty, like extended mags, or you have
God.
a lot more control over the mods
it'll
of
be
your weapons.
year one all over again, where
Yeah.
where extended mag was,
But
was
maybe
the best
not
perk.
terrible.
It was simply the best.
Yeah,
perk.
maybe balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you get like one shot at it. Like you
Maybe-
put SIVA into that
Maybe.
weapon, and whatever perks it rolls with, that's what you're stuck
Yeah.
with on that weapon forever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that's like forging your own weapons kind of thing
Yeah.
with SIVA, which
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, it could also
I mean-
have just been like a legendary drop from a boss, or it could have been anything,
Yeah.
really.
It could have been a legendary drop from a SIVA fallen guy.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Or maybe he had like a quest line activated or something like that.
So, one other quick thing here, because I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to see that light level thing. Like,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Not.
because okay, so first of all,
DJ had to go into like debug
yeah,
mode. He essentially
Deej
got out
got into an area where he couldn't get out of, and so like yeah, they had to switch over to someone else's screen, and then when they were back on Deej, he had to switch to inverted, which that's if there's something to have issue with on the stream, it's knowing that Deej plays inverted.
Doesn't Dado as well?
Don't you down talk my inverted.
Dude, I use inverted
Tefty
too. I
does, so
love
you-
it.
I'm
what's wrong
inverted.
with
I've been
you?
inverted since the beginning of my gaming history.
Can't
Yeah.
do it.
Can't do it. I can't do normal.
It's the way the head moves. It's like it directly relates to the way the head moves.
Yeah, you see, it's like, okay, I imagine there's a giant stick coming out of my head. This is awkward.
Uh-huh.
I get this. But a giant stick. And I don't control the stick in the front like normal. I control it in the back of my head. So when I push down, I look up. And when I push up, I look down.
Yeah.
There
That's
you
how
go.
it's
Maybe I'll have to keep that
Flight
in mind.
Simulator. I think the first experience I ever had with a joystick was a Flight Simulator. So when you push forward, you look down, and when you pull back, you look up, and that's just kind of that relationship just kind of stuck with me forever.
Inverted master
I
race.
say,
Let's go.
which one of you say like you're all wrong because the normal version is called normal and the other one is called inverted, which means you're wrong.
Which means it's
Yeah,
abnormal.
It's abnormal. It's not normal. You should.
I think it's called not inverted, actually. Specifically in Destiny, it's called not inverted.
But anyway, yeah, we saw 355 as the light level, and some keen viewers noted that there was a level 3 artifact and like a normal ghost there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So chances are 355 is not the max light level.
Right.
But
It was a developer build though.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, if you do the math, King of Pablo helped me out with this. He's in the chat right now. Is if you do the math and like put that generalist ghost on you now, it brings you down like a certain percentage, and then if you apply that percentage to 355, that brings that guardian up to like 385.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to look; they're all wearing vendor gear, so that's probably not the max light level either at 385.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably
So
around about
400-ish?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. It's like 400, maybe 420, 430. Yeah,
420?
like maybe
You
the
think 420?
They should
maybe
just do 420.
I kind of do think
They should
420,
just do it.
430.
I hope it is.
But if
I
like
hope it is.
the minimum raid level is 400, then like the max light level would be like 420, 430.
I
right?
would love it if it was 420. That would be great.
I would love it too.
I wouldn't complain.
The internet will collect.
I mean, even if it's 430, we're all going to stop at 420, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm gonna have to save a set of gear to downgrade to 420. You know. So here's my only. Okay, those all sound like great logical conclusions to come to of where it might be, but since it was a developer build and since they could just flip settings,
Yeah.
It could have been like it didn't really matter what they had on, and you're automatically max light level.
That's absolutely true. But they
Yeah.
could have, to make it easy, just put on a bunch of vendor gear at whatever that vendor gear is sold at, and then put that general shell on, and then boom, you're at 355.
and it was perfectly 355.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
They said significant light level increase for April update, and they're saying significant light level increase for Rise of Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 15? Light level
15 light
increase?
was significant.
Don't think it will be a small upgrade like that.
I don't think so either. The backlash in the community is pretty heavy about that. I think the community wants a bigger light level increase, and I think that Bungie's smart enough to realize that.
Oh,
And this is a bigger,
It's
a bigger update
it's a
than
bigger
the April update.
Larger
Yeah.
than House of
That's true.
Wolves, smaller than Taken King.
But same wording though,
Yeah.
and also from vanilla to Dark Below,
Mhm.
2 light level boosts, which is
Yeah,
essentially
but they
like 15 to 20.
completely changed
That's
the way
true.
light
we can't
level
compare.
works between
We
now
can't
and then.
compare
Yeah.
the two because that's an entirely different light
Well, no,
level
you
system.
could take it relative. You could take it relatively though. Like 1 to 2 light levels in year 1 is essentially like 15 to 20 light levels in year 2.
The difference
Pretty close.
is, though, that we were getting content every 4 months back then. Light level worked completely differently, where 10 or 20 light level was like, those 2 light levels were like really hard to overcome. Going into the Vault of Glass at level 29
Totally.
was awful.
That's
like it was
That's
really
one of the
hard.
reasons why they got rid of that system,
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You know.
So I
But
don't know. I suspect that they're going to give us progression. I'm hoping that blues are going to be meaningful again at the beginning of Rise
I
of
don't
Iron.
think so.
I saw him pick
No,
up
you
a
don't
I
think
green.
don't think it's gonna
I
happen.
saw him pick up a green at one point. Just saying.
He did pick up a green.
It's like
A
right-
green did drop.
Right at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
Got a green.
Yeah. He got a
Got a
green.
green.
So we saw him get a green, and we think the light level will be up to 420. Let's get
420.
420 in greens.
420 in greens. We're going there this episode, guys. 'Cause got nothing else to do. It's like living in Alabama.
I don't know. It's fun to think about. There's no way you can confirm it until Bungie actually says it, or until the game's out.
Until
But
we
it's,
see.
it's just fun to think about,
Well,
and it
we're gonna
was fun doing the
speculate the
math.
crap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to be prepared for the fact that it might be it might not be as big as we think it's going to be, because significant light level increase to me is like, oh yeah, and it'd be great if blues were usable again, but that was a complete revamp of the system and the mark of the year 2 light level for all the weapons and gear. This isn't really the mark of year 3. It's more of an extension of year 2 because they said that the infusement system's coming over, so we're gonna be able to infuse things directly,
Yeah.
This is the first major content we've gotten since the Taken King, though. So I think it would be wise of them to make it a doozy. To make a big light level increase, to make blues meaningful again, to give you like a grind again, because that's fun. That stuff is fun to do.
What if
fun
it's
to gain
355, but it's not easy to get to 355? What if it's still a grind, but it's
possible too.
What's a number? What's a number?
That's the
if
thing,
it takes you a
too,
while to
right?
get there.
Yeah, it's true. It's possible to do that too. If they do that, they get closer though to the problem that they had with
They do.
the 315 to 320 problem that they had at the end towards before the April update.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was just like, oh my god, and like 318 constantly, I can't get a drop. I mean, I'm with you, Briar. I'm with all you guys. Like, I hope it's massive. I hope it goes up to 420 or 430 or whatever, and there's blues irrelevant and all that. But
That would be nice.
I think that this is a stepping stone expansion to a bigger one or a bigger game, and so I'm taking it that way too. So I don't get my hopes up and then be like,
Sure.
I want to grind.
I don't really care about light level though, so it's
I don't
probably
either.
affects me a lot less because
I
I'm just
do.
like
I do up until a point. I mean, I do up until I'm locked out of activities because I'm too low light. But once I'm in those activities and I can play them, then I don't care anymore. And like the April update, I literally made no effort to improve my light level. I just let it happen naturally.
Yeah.
But there's 355 versus 420. Which one do you want?
420.
Of course.
420.
Care about light level.
You're right.
It's 420.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay, let's rephrase the question. Which do you care about, 355 or 419?
Don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Relevant.
Irrelevant.
I just want the new Trials armor. That is like
Oh, it's
all I
so
want.
gorgeous.
I want kitty cat ears.
And then
It looks
Titan.
super
And
cool.
there were some like wolf shoulder pads.
Yeah, the wolf shoulders for the Iron
Oh,
Banner.
yeah,
Titan
for the
gear.
Iron Banner. All right, let's talk about the gear because they showed off a bunch
Yes.
of different gear. They showed some in the
God.
We didn't even talk
Gallerwing
about
trailer.
We
and
can
they
talk
showed
about
some-
Gallerwing. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
I did not think
I
that
didn't
was
think
real.
it would be.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I
Think
thought
it
it
was
was
real either.
cheesy and like looked very strange, and
Yeah.
that's why I didn't think
And
it
I
was
still
real.
think
And I
it's
was like,
cheesy and looks very strange, but I
Yeah.
desperately want one.
I had this analogy on stream. I was like, I can't. It was so weird to see the Gallerwing become a reality.
Yeah.
Because it was like, all this fan creation and fan thought and ideas, and like Bungie obviously listens and all that. It's really
Yeah.
great. And it was like finding out one day that Santa Claus was actually real, and I was like, what? I'm so conflicted about this right now.
Wait, when I saw the trailer, like they opened up the stream with the trailer, I'm like, man, they are like really pushing this whole Get Gallahorn thing. Like this is the third trailer for the week.
Right.
This isn't the
Yeah.
rocket
Right.
launcher.
yeah.
So, oh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
This is a Sparrow.
Yeah, and then we had seen it was like a month or so ago during the whole everything's getting leaked type thing that was going on right with the Rise of Iron, and there was that image from that one European website where it said, yeah, here's one of the bonuses that you can get for pre-ordering the Galler Sparrow, but that was the only image that existed, and I was like, that's
And it was kind of low res.
it was like
too,
it was
if I remember.
weirdly low res compared to everything else, so it was like it's probably not real.
But it was it. I mean, that was it.
Yep, true.
I mean, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful. Like, to be honest with you, it looks really cool. They showed a bunch of the concept art
I loved
leading
seeing
up to
that.
it, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And that one that they kept like comparing to either a lawnmower or like a Harley Davidson, I almost prefer that one because it just
Me
looks
too,
so
man.
badass.
So good.
It did look
Yeah.
badass.
Have you guys ever seen?
So I
want
hope
that
that
one.
at some point they add one in like that because that thing was incredible with the big pipes coming off of it and it just looks
hog of
so
Sparrow.
Go with
yeah.
a different
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of look for Sparrow, right? Because Sparrows all
Yeah.
have a very similar kind of look to them. So they
Yeah.
could bring in some more bulky looking Rough Rider.
Absolutely.
Sparrows.
They do that with the ships too. They got that big gas guzzling one, or gas. It looks like it's just spewing smog out of the back end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could do the same thing with sparrows, like that one. I want it.
Yeah, and the difference
tweeted-
between a sparrow and a ship
I-
is that you actually play with your sparrow.
Exactly.
You do.
What's that, Briar?
we had a comment about the first time you ever used a joystick earlier in the podcast. I was like, yeah.
The trailer itself, like aside from the fact that they were announcing the Galar Wing, the trailer was really interesting for a lot of different reasons too. They seem to be showing off parts of the Plaguelands.
Yeah, they
so
showed
if you
off.
slow down that video.
They showed off the
and
areas that
watch
we've already
it.
seen.
Hit some still screens. There's a lot of areas we've never seen before. They show off a lot of armor, specifically Iron Banner or Iron Lord armor, depending on which theories you prescribe to. Like, there's a lot of different stuff in that trailer.
There is. And that's
See all
just
that.
like Bungie. They're not just like, oh, hey, here's a Gala Wing. They're showing off different areas, different armors.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see, we're thinking that you can see the new Iron Banner armor for all 3 of the classes. Although we couldn't get a good look at the Hunter's helmet.
Yeah.
We could pretty much just see his cape.
The Titan in particular looks really good. Like, there's like these kind of tusks going out the front.
Yeah.
And like this
The
domed
tusks.
armor and the shoulder
The
pads,
wolf
like really
shoulder
cool.
pads.
And
Yeah.
some people think the Warlock armor looks bad. I think it looks really cool. Not as good as the
think it
Trials
looks
armor
cool.
for the Hunter, but pretty cool.
Oh, we haven't even seen the Trials armor for the other classes.
Yeah.
I'm like super excited to see what that's going to be. Can you imagine if they just dropped it on you like Titans get capes with Trials armor?
It'd be kind of cool if they didn't tell us about it at all until you actually started
Yeah, I
earning
would
it.
love that.
Yeah.
I would
so,
love
like,
that.
we got bits and pieces as people earned it, like that first week of Trials.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be really fun.
I would much
I feel like
prefer
that's
it
how
to
the
be that.
Pariah gear kind of went, right? Because nobody knew that was there until we started earning it. Or did they tell us about it?
So
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, but
No.
not to change the subject. Why did they change the year? Why did they change the Trials of Osiris loot? Where like every week is like, okay, we're getting snipers this week, and then gloves, and then next week it's like machine gun and whatever, and now it's just like random.
Maybe so they could make the Doctrine of Passing more rare.
Maybe. All right.
Or maybe because they're leading up to this and they don't want it to be like everyone getting the exact same armor every week, potentially.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I liked
that
it.
to be the case.
I don't care about that change. I'll be honest. I guess it would be nice if I knew that I was going to get a Doctrine, but
I think it's more exciting to have the RNG like actually.
The
value
RNG,
it, though.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the RNG.
You know?
I kind of do too.
Except
it's
what-
really
the-
exciting out of the
Vanguard-
Lighthouse
the
figuring out
Vanguard
what
and Crucible
Pariah gear
reps?
you're going to get.
Yeah, the Vanguard and Crucible rep packages right now are too stingy, so that's too much RNG. But there's a definitely balance that can really work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
so
Like, you're guaranteed a drop. I think that's the difference, right? Is you're guaranteed a drop. You're just
You're
not
right.
guaranteed what it's going to be.
yeah, with
Yeah.
the packages, you're pretty much guaranteed a cloak, and then every now
Boots.
and
Yeah, boots. Or a ghost.
boots, cloak. Every now and then it becomes a weapon. you
Yeah.
know?
I just
with a battle
prayed
roll
that
on
I
it.
get that new Trials kitty cat cape the first week.
Oh,
Because
my
if
God.
someone else gets it in my party, I'm going to be real sad.
Oh, you know Ian's gonna get it. Ian,
Yeah.
well, you know Ian's gonna get it, and then we're not gonna get it for like 4 or 5 weeks after that, because that's the way.
So-
that
And then
happens.
I'm going to go through this. I'm going to delete my Titan and my Warlock to try and get full.
And
Just
I
to
go
get
through the
cape.
same thing every time.
you're gonna get the class items on your Titan, your Warlock, weeks before you get it on your Hunter. Like, I'm just calling it now. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to be really sad,
Yeah.
though.
You have to not want it. Like, this is what I learned about the Galahorn in year 1, is that as soon as you're like, screw that weapon, it pops up. If you want it really bad, it's going to be forever elusive. Bungie knows. They
You know.
We should mention about the Galar Wing that it is going to be the Iron Galar Wing is going to be a pre-order exclusive, so you have to pre-order the
Right.
game. So you get the Iron Galahorn skin and the Iron Galar Wing skin if you pre-order, but you can buy the gold skin for the Iron Galar Wing from Tess Eververse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the Eververse Trading Company. Sorry.
Yep.
So basically the same deal with the Galahorn. You can get the Iron Galahorn for pre-ordering.
Right.
You know, I'm.
But you gotta
Yeah.
either way you've
You
got
still
to
have
earn
to do
that
the
through a
quest.
quest
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks like the Galar Wing is just going to be available to you on September 20th.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Moving.
What'd you guys
yeah,
think of the armor that they showed off in the little fashion show right at the beginning of the stream?
I think the Titans had quite possibly the gaudiest shader.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that had to be a shader. It had to be.
I hope so.
He looked beautiful.
Dude, it's hideous. It's like a knockoff Versace purse you could buy on Fifth Avenue. It's like terrible.
Yeah. Some knockoff Louis Vuitton just that is ungodly bad. No.
And it was on old weapon armor models, so it wasn't even like a new armor. It was just like old stuff with a bad shader. It was terrible.
Ugh.
Well, I mean,
The hunter and the warlock, though, the warlock in particular, I really liked the helmet and the chest piece he was wearing. Like, I thought that was really good looking.
I really like the hunter. I guess that's a shader, the yellow. It was kind of a yellow that we haven't really had before, and it was it was a subtle yellow too. It wasn't like full glowy yellow. It was just on a few pieces.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I
No
like
banana.
no banana.
No banana yellow.
I like what they're going for with the hunter and the warlock, but I did not. I was really unimpressed with the Titan. I'll probably rock it all the time.
For whatever reason, I just didn't have like an opinion about the armor when I saw it. I was like,
No?
cool, new gear. You know, I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
I was actually more like, show me this Cosmodrome. I want to see changes. You know, I guess that's why like I didn't really pay attention that much to the. I was like, I just expected already. I'm like, cool, new stuff, new armor they're gonna get. Obviously, it's not the best looking stuff because they're shown on stream first. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
it
This
looks
is just like vendor gear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
The pulse rifle that Deej was using too. Do you guys think that's going to be the new Vanguard coloring? It's kind of that lighter blue.
It's just ugly enough to say that's probably the Crucible one, because historically the Crucible one has always been pretty butts.
The Crucible, it used to be, they used to have like red coloring, and then they changed
used
it
to be
to
red,
the
yeah.
blue and
It was red
green.
and
It was
blue.
blue.
The
No,
Seahawks.
it was
Blue.
blue and red in House of Wolves, I think, and then it
Yeah, two to the morgue.
yeah,
is
is like
blue and
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
blue.
yeah.
Wait,
No,
wait.
it was
Yeah,
dark
but-
blue.
No, Zombie Apocalypse.
The
Original
original
was
one
Vanguard.
was like mostly reddish, kind. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it was like white and red, and then it was
Yeah.
like blue, like a
Blue
dark
and-
bluish red, and yeah, and then I can't
Well,
remember.
no,
what it was
like
in
look
House
at
of Wolves.
Longbow.
Yeah,
Longbow,
was
yeah.
blue.
Yeah,
Longbow is
blue.
the color. Yeah.
Blue and red.
Yeah.
It's blue.
Well,
red,
if you
and
have the
then-
snapshot, it's red too.
Yeah.
If you have a different site, there's less red.
Oh
But
you're
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
You're right about
It looked like the Vanguard colors to me. It just looked like toned down Vanguard colors. They weren't. It wasn't as deep a blue, but it was blue and orange.
Yeah.
It was blue and orange. So that means that all of those beautiful Crucible shaders are possibly coming back. The Gilgameshes
Oh
and
no.
the
Oh, no.
I hope not. I want brand new shaders. I want brand new.
I want
I-
shaders, too. I want
I want to
holographic
also be
shaders.
able to dye my cape. That's all I want.
That would be great.
Did you guys like the weapon model for that pulse rifle? I was kind of unimpressed by it.
That's
With the universal remote sight on it.
That's kind of that. Both of those already kind of exist in the game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of recognize
Yeah.
it. It's just ones that we just don't really
Yeah.
pay attention
Most
to. right?
most of the weapon
Yeah.
models and armor, for that matter, is just kind of retooled, or it's like reworked from like kind of a base model. You know how all the ships, you can recognize parts of ships on other ships and yada yada.
Yeah.
Just playing jigsaw.
Yeah, they do
with
the
it.
same thing with armor.
Yeah, do the same thing with armor and weapons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want me
that
some
site-
new exotics. That's what I want.
Yeah,
Mhm.
me too.
We saw a
I think
little bit
that
of
site-
Kostov. It's got a wooden stock and wooden grip now, foregrip now. It
What we
looks
saw?
like. Yeah.
Oh, where was that? I didn't.
It
see
was in the Galar Wing. I'll never get used to saying that word. Galar
Yeah.
Wing trailer. It appeared like a couple of times, really briefly. We think, right? We only think because obviously we're not positive, but the old Kostov had a metal stock and a metal foregrip. But there's a gun that looks very reminiscent of the Kostov on the backs of a couple of Guardians. And it's got a wooden grip. It looks like a Kostov still, but it's got a wooden grip and a wooden stock. It looked really good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. There's gonna.
I want to
wanna
know
know all
more.
the
I
stuff.
can't wait until
I
Gamescom
know.
to find out about all the
I
Crucible stuff.
Because you know when Gamescom
Seriously.
happens, like that's when we're gonna probably start seeing like all the new weapons, all that kind of stuff. And plus,
The one time I wish I was going to Gamescom.
I know, right?
Right?
It's in
Now, hopefully
Europe.
we hear about custom matches too.
Yeah, I'd like.
You think they're gonna drop it?
You know,
I mean, that's the time to do it, right?
Yeah. Because they
It
I
would
mean, they're
be-
making
would
a
be
big
time.
event out of it too. They mentioned it in the weekly update this week. You know, they say
Well, yeah, and they're bringing a bunch of the European Destiny
Yeah.
community out there specifically for it too. So that's a lot more than they did at any of the other Gamescoms in terms of taking people there.
Yeah,
Right.
I think they had done most of the reveal for Taken King before Gamescom last year, though, right?
The big one was at E3,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they had a big capture event. and all
Oh,
that.
right. Yeah, we went there.
yeah.
Yeah.
They say in the weekly update, our next Rise of Iron stream will come to you live from Germany. We'll crack open the new Crucible, and show you what's inside. Once our show is over, we'll hand our mobile streaming array over to the international community. They'll show you what else we're packing into our strange cargo. The conversation about Destiny is always better when it includes many points of view and many different languages. And they have a list of a lot of streamers that are going to be there.
A lot of people.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like a perfect time to unveil custom matches. You got all these streamers hanging out together. They can all be like
Right.
That's
doing
true.
custom
They can
matches.
play against each other
Yeah.
on the stream.
maybe even
1v1
set up like an
no-scope
impromptu
battle.
tournament. Maybe that's why they're inviting so many and listing them is so they can have like a little
I
tournament.
like all of these ideas.
maybe.
I like all of these ideas.
I like them too.
I'm
like 'em
liking
too. I don't
all
know
of
if they're
this.
accurate, but I like them.
They all sound fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
definitely excited about it. I mean, they're for sure going to show a mode. Like they have a new mode
Yeah.
that they're doing.
Yep. And
Some
new
sort
maps.
of new map when supposedly a new custom
They-
a new
said-
PlayStation exclusive.
They said new maps, or like as far as the stuff that they confirmed on stream, they said new maps, a new combat mode, and then other features. Like that was
Right.
the three things that they said on stream.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got there was a leak about
It's not a
a
it's
custom
not a
or
leak.
a Crucible map.
A what?
There's a Crucible PlayStation
Okay,
exclusive map.
that's not a leak.
Yeah.
Like I got an email from GameStop about that.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I said leak inappropriately.
Yeah.
So yeah, that information's
Let
out
me-
there. I'm sure we're gonna see that too, because they're probably gonna be showing that off any kind of exclusives. I'm excited to see the new game mode, and I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that it's like custom matches, and then an extra giant cherry on top would be that they fixed the netcode.
You know,
Oh wait, I have a little bit left. I can.
I don't know.
I can
Kentucky, it's
drink-
going
They
in the
just
wrong
fixed it.
direction, man. It's going in the wrong direction.
They
getting
straight
worse.
up fixed it.
I'm getting aardvarked all over the place over here.
Anteater.
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 What if
God.
all of these problems was a summation of the fact that it's all getting fixed in 2 months?
I hope so.
Believe,
I hope so.
have faith.
I was
Come
I was
on.
ready to come on this podcast today talking about how good Iron Banner felt for the last.
It
2
did feel
days.
super good.
Right, and
Yes,
then
I'm glad you brought that
They
up.
update the game. We get
It did.
the game goes down for
Now
maintenance
it's broken.
today. It comes back up. Rewards aren't coming on the reward screen. Everybody's getting
The games aren't even
anaconda
counting.
all over the place, getting pushed out.
Anaconda.
The game-
No, it's Anteater.
It was so good before though. I've played a good amount of Iron Banner because I actually do want the weapons and the armor this time around, and it's control, so I don't hate it.
Control's fun, yeah.
Right. So I was playing quite a lot, and it felt really good. It's, in my opinion, it was the best that Iron Banner had ever felt. It wasn't the typical laggy Iron Banner. And then this happens, and it's like, oh. And then Trials is probably going to be canceled because there's something wrong with that, and
Because all the Anteaters.
Oh, man, I hope not.
all anteaters. we're doomed.
You know, okay, so yeah, maybe now's the time to bring up the connections in Iron Banner. It's
Can we
an
make it
interesting
short
thing, yeah.
this week? Can we make it short
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time around? Because it's just
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I played it. I've been playing on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I've been having great times, actually. I do notice it's like you can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. So when I go in Iron Banner, I'm like going to see somebody teleport for sure, all that stuff.
Sure.
What I have changed is I've dropped sniping completely, and I'm paying homage to the Party Crasher now. It's Might Multi-Tool and Party Crasher is my new house that I contribute money to. I pay tithes to the Party Crasher.
Were you using that
and-
in Trials last weekend?
I didn't play Trials, actually.
Okay.
I was like, well, no, I played Trials a little bit, and then I just gave it up. I was like,
Oh, I played Trials with a shotgun and double smacky hand storm caller.
Dude,
I
loving
should have done
Trials
that.
this weekend.
I should have
had
done
so
that.
much
I would
fun.
have had I would have had a better time.
pouring
But-
one out for all the
what-
snipers. Just it's going. Sorry.
Listen, man, I think
We've
the
lost it.
reason
We've
why I was
lost
having a
one.
better time, I think I'm having a better time is because I'm not sniping people in the face and then going, what the hell? Why did that not hit?
Yeah.
Why did he not die
You're
from...
playing the meta.
I'm straight up playing the meta, and I'm having a better time doing it because I'm just like, the maps were designed for close quarter combat, and the movement speed, just like you said, Pat, you're 100% accurate. The movement speeds lend themselves to shotgun gameplay. And because I've been a sniper for mostly the past year, I'm completely aware of the sniper lanes, and so I avoid them. And I know how to avoid them.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time on Iron Banner.
Double sticky
It's
nade
completely
shotgun.
different.
I'm
There
glad.
you go.
I'm glad.
I like playing Iron Banner for the rewards. No rewards this week that I'm interested in. / I would be interested in that sniper rifle, but you know, whatever. Right now,
I have like a god roll from the last time I was around. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost
Me too,
impossible.
I think.
Even though the vendor roll is very good, although I think Hidden Hand might be a wasted perk on that because it's got so much aim assist already that I think you could do better than have Hidden Hand on that. I think it almost puts too much
I don't know.
aim assist on it.
I don't know. Like, I think going for like a snappy build with that, like getting ambush and then using hidden hand to compensate for the aim assist loss. I think you can get brace frame on it, which is also a reduction in range. So hidden hand is again good on there to help out with that. And then just get basically whatever the roll is right now with ambush and then brace frame. And
You can get if you can get a brace frame roll on that, then it
'Cause it-
feels like the prey that's
the thing that I mean, the obvious thing about those sniper rifles is that, hey, this is a high rate of fire sniper rifle. Oh, the stability's so low on it that I can't make use of the high rate of fire. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So buff that up, and then it can actually, feel like a much different weapon than any of the other snipers.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. That's what I think I'm going to be looking for. This Iron Banner is a high stability version.
The Nerwin's Mercy pulse rifle is, I mean, I love that. I love the first one that came around with Outlaw, and
Yeah, when it was good.
yeah, I mean, before pulse rifles got nerfed, like there was an actual reason to use that archetype, and then
Yeah.
Hawksaw just kind of took over. But like this one, it has like counterbalance, and I can't remember what the second perk is on it. It's like it has counterbalance, and then it also has brace frame, and it's like, oh my
it's
god,
a max stability. It's like over
there's
stability.
too much stability on it. You don't you don't need that much. Counterbalance is honestly a waste on it because it has such a tight grouping with brace frame alone that when you use counterbalance, it causes it to actually kick up a little bit more than normal because counterbalance basically removes side to side recoil and just adds in vertical in its place. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that.
I'd pick one of those up and just throw it in your vault. If those things ever get buffed again, you're gonna be happy you have one because it was a fantastic pulse rifle. Before
It was
nerfed.
amazing.
Like it was
my favorite
go-to.
weapon for
it
a
was my
long
go-to
time.
as well. It was just
Yeah.
it was dead accurate and it killed super quick and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was really sad to see that one get nerfed.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't like the
it'll come
trials
back
map
around.
this week, huh?
Which
You
one
didn't
was
like
it?
Twilight Gap?
Twilight Gap?
Twilight Gap.
No, I
I
actually
was having a
I like
blast
bad.
all weekend.
Yeah, I like
We
it.
had a good time on it.
Yeah, I think I only
Yeah.
lost like a couple games over the weekend. I like that map because everyone can play to their strengths on it. If you're a long range player,
That's true.
plenty of snipe. There's plenty of longer range lanes and like medium to long range combat that you can get into with a sniper rifle. Every type of primary is good there. Every type of secondary is good on there. I think fusion rifles are a little bit kind of rough to use on it just because there's so many angles that someone can dodge a fusion rifle blast in the time that it takes to charge up. But yeah, no, that's a really good map just to kind of learn how to play trials with the team on because it lends
Yeah, I was having a
itself
blast
so well.
all weekend.
Mhm.
I played with the regular crew, Team Fun, and then I also got to play with Story Machine and Houndish.
Nice.
And we were like all weekend just having a great time on that map, smiling and laughing.
Our matches went really quickly, which
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah, there were not a whole lot of people were like just holing up in a corner, and if they did, there were so many routes to get to them that it was very hard for them to
Exactly.
just hard scope every different place.
And it's
you
really
come.
difficult if you're holding up like in your spawn area. There's no place to really retreat to. And
Yeah.
like you
Exactly.
can't
Yeah.
run another direction. You're kind of boxed in wherever you spawn.
Yeah.
If they're outside, there's a cliff there, man. You can't really run.
Yeah. You're not going anywhere. You can head glitch on that rock all you want, but there's like 3 different ways we can come to you. 4 or 5 actually. I think
Right.
we can come to
Yeah.
you, which I really like.
Yeah.
I like that map.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this map. Small little story time here. So I recently got back into Magic the Gathering, and love playing that game so much. It hurts my wallet, but whatever. When I got done playing with you, Watts, on Friday, like I went to a pre-release tournament, And then one of the guys there, like I hadn't seen him in 3 years, and he he heard that I had been doing Destiny streaming stuff, and he's like, oh my god, dude, like. So we got to talking, and like he's like, dude, I love like seeing True Vanguard. Do you know him? It's like, yeah, here, I can tweet him right now, dude. And he's, oh, that's awesome. Are you one of those guys that goes like flawless every week? Like, yeah, we carry people too. He's like, dude, I've never been. Could you carry me? He's like, yeah, show up Monday.
That's
and so
awesome.
we got to, one of my old friends from Magic, we got to carry him through trials on Monday. And that was just a really cool experience as well.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really
Those
cool.
moments are always really great.
He held his own. Like he had the reason it's cool is he just started playing Destiny during the April update.
Oh, really?
So
Oh.
he's
wow.
He's a new
really
guy.
new. He's a Taken Tot.
Taken Tot.
He's really new. Yeah, and he held his own. He was doing really well for someone that hadn't been playing the game very long.
That's cool.
I'm excited for tomorrow, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy Trials so much.
What's the map supposed to be tomorrow? I think it's
Exodus Blue?
Yeah.
It's supposed
So
to
it's
be that?
time to go
Yeah.
double invis nades
God,
on
not
my...
again. Not again with that. Not again with that. Yeah, there's a.
I think I'm gonna have to try it out as a shotgun rusher.
Oh yeah, no, that map.
I'm gonna attempt.
Oh,
it.
that map.
Yeah.
Shotgun rushing on the map is built for it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically there's kind of a glitch that you can do where if you just basically you stay playing as the week rolls over, and you get to see what the map is next week.
Yeah.
Oh.
So everybody knows now, which is kind of nice, actually.
Yeah,
I like it.
Mentally
It ruins the
prepare
surprise a
yourself.
little bit. But yeah. It lets me play in my weekend. Either I am playing Trials or it's Black Shield.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bummed, actually, that I've been playing so much Power Matters playlists.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got the Praetorian Foil out of the Vault of Glass this weekend. And holy Christ, that gun is awesome. Like, it's so good. It's amazing. So I don't really want to be playing Iron Banner. I just want to be playing like
Go do some normal PvP.
Yeah.
it's just like wrecking
think-
people with that thing.
Even when fusion rifles were bad, that thing still wrecked. In
Yeah.
Crucible.
Yeah, it's got.
Yeah, it took me a long
yeah.
time to get it.
It's
but
got
man, it's a
what
good
reactive
weapon.
reload and glass half full on it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's also got accelerated coils on a high impact weapon, so it fires much faster than most high impact fusion rifles do, and the spread on it is super tight. So you're mapping people like reliably. You know, like a lot of times you get pissed off that a fusion rifle hit you from like across the map, but this thing's doing it all the time.
I've enjoyed seeing the sniping, people sniping with fusion rifles on Reddit. Like they'll get some cross map ones on Cathedral at Dusk, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
no.
dirty.
Like, how?
Yeah.
Why?
There was we kind of glossed over it for a second there, but I got this email from GameStop, available 9/20/16. You can pre-order now, and there's PlayStation exclusives for Rise of Iron. There's we are getting if you play on PlayStation, you are getting a PvP multiplayer map. And then a quest line.
Exodus 619.
Oh no!
Thank God.
Oh.
Oh no, sorry. Sector 619. That's what it was.
Exodus, you're
Yeah,
mixing like the
just
first
I'm blending
PlayStation
'em.
exclusive with the other one.
Yeah, I'm blending them
No,
together.
they just take Exodus Blue, like shrink it down a little bit, and put it in the center of Sector 619. Yeah,
There you go.
There it is.
And all the fighting happens
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Oh, no.
Yep,
No,
perfect.
no.
They bring it back to Halo days, and it's just an octagon, and you just spawn and shoot, spawn and shoot, spawn and shoot.
There you go.
I want Tombstone from Halo 1.
Bring in Hang 'em High, best map ever.
Hang 'em high.
Hang 'em High.
Hang 'em High was fun. That was a good map.
So yeah, so we are getting a PvP multiplayer map, quest line, and a reward, and then all these are timed exclusives until at least fall 2017. So looks like that deal's still there.
Yeah.
It's the usual stuff. Usually we get like a strike or a quest with a PvP map and then like the exclusive armor.
Yeah.
No
Pretty standard
mention of
stuff.
an exclusive exotic?
They said
Nope.
and reward, so I imagine
Well,
like this quest line could
You know it's coming.
could be the
Oh,
could have the exotic
maybe.
reward on it.
They started talking about the Jade Rabbit. When did they start talking about the Jade Rabbit last year?
E3.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
showed it at E3. They didn't tell anyone what the like perks were on it. But yeah.
We're probably going to find all of this out at Gamescom.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you think you think Zen Meteor is going to be available for Xbox then
Yeah.
on September 20th?
Yeah, I do think so. Based on last year,
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen.
I finally got a new Zen Meteor after my subscribers made me shard it for my video. I was very upset.
What do you mean you got a new one? You just go buy one from the.
It's
thing.
not the same. I didn't earn it.
Not the same to print one. Damn it.
All right.
That's funny. I see a lot of people were thinking I meant 618. I meant 619. Sector 619, the next worst awful map ever.
There you go.
It's the Sector 618.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I do hate that map. Can you imagine if they ever
Oh,
brought
no.
trials
It's
to
not
that
good.
map? Oh my god.
Oh,
it'd be
no.
awful.
It's coming,
I just
man.
realized
Get
there's going
ready.
to be trials on Sector.
It's going to be a
It's
trials
going to be
map.
a trials map at some point because Xbox players are going to get it.
Yeah.
It's not allowed to be a trials map. It's terrible.
Yeah, like
It's going to be so bad.
Agreed.
That's one of the
No.
requirements.
And
of
the
trials.
cap point's
Is
going to
it
be
has
right in the
terrible.
middle on that thing. It's going to be...
Do you think they would put there or B?
I don't know. It might
If
be
they
kind
put
of
it
fun.
in the
They need
middle,
to
all
put
day.
If they put it in the middle, that might be kind of
they
fun.
need to.
That
put
would
it
be
in the
kind of
middle.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
It makes
my
such a
God.
bad trials map though, because the camps would be so hardcore.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
map is just no.
I don't know why they thought it was good.
I mean, it's
It's kind of fun for Rift. I like it on Rift.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's tolerable on Rift.
the only time I like.
I think
it's
that's
on
the
Mayhem.
problem with a lot of these maps is that they were made for Rift because that was the game mode that they were created, you know? So when you play it on other things, it's like, this is terrible.
Go play it as Control
Yeah.
or Clash or like Rumble, and it's just
Oh, I hate it on Rumble. I hate it on Rumble. There's so many guys crawling around with shotguns around every corner, just like kneeling, trying to stay off that radar.
and when you go
Boom.
like lower and then look at
Tefty, I'm looking in your direction.
I know, man. I've spent a whole year boycotting the system. Now I'm like, why have I been doing this boycotting? I'm back. Let's just play as a
And when you
shotgun.
go lower and then look across that like long thing where the rift would spawn, there's always a sniper in like the far back corner, ready to take your head off. Just
Yep.
the constant of the universe. There's always a sniper in that lane.
It's like Pantheon.
Yeah.
There's always a sniper in the lane.
Yeah.
There's
Both
always.
left and right. There's at least
Usually
one.
there's three.
Oh, funny.
Ugh. Okay.
Should we do some Twitter questions? We got anything else we want to talk about?
Is there anything else that we can? Oh wow, we've been going for like almost an hour now.
Yeah, we covered the stream. We talked about the new Cosmodrome.
Uh-huh.
Talked about armor.
Talked about
Talked
armor.
about Iron Banner.
Gallerwing.
Wing.
Gamescom is going to show all the Crucible
All
stuff.
the good stuff that
Yeah,
I'm
all
not
the-
going to.
That's a
Wonderful.
month away. That's man, it's gonna be a
It's
long
a
wait.
long time.
We had a lot of
I know.
a lot of speculation videos about custom matchmaking coming in the next month.
Yeah.
But you know what? I haven't.
Hopefully
Oh.
more custom matchmaking videos coming after the next month
Yeah.
too. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know what I.
And
Oh, okay.
dedicated
I
server.
got something I haven't talked about yet.
Uh huh.
I haven't talked about Blue. Because no doubt
right.
you've noticed these wild mics and headphones that we're using. They're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com.
.com.
Was that a good segue? That was a good segue. this
Perfect.
week.
Oh,
That was the best
That
segue
was-
I've ever
I'm-
seen in my life.
That's a good segue this week.
I
was
loved
great.
it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was 100% perfect in every way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stalling for time while I bring up the Twitter question.
You had me.
I'm professional
You
enough.
had me through.
You
the
were
entire
so
thing.
I am
amazed by the
professional
segue.
enough to keep that always up on the screen, just for when I need to properly segue into it, and you aren't there for the follow up, Briar.
Ain't there? Not there.
My God,
Left you hanging.
Ugh.
Just for when you're ready to whip out the blue mic ad copy.
All right. First question at Stashua. First, he starts off with love the podcast, guys. Listen every week. Thank you very much. Hey guys and girl, for Destiny 2, instead of choosing between supers with elements tied to them, Solar Arc or Void, what if you could choose the super and then the element? For example, choose a Solar Defender Titan or an Arc Shooting Shadow Shot Hunter.
It sounds like a really cool idea, actually.
It sounds really cool.
Because
Yeah.
I like the play style that Gunslinger brings, and then sometimes it would be really cool to like swap it up for Void if there's a Void burn on or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I like the idea.
I like the idea.
How would
yeah.
that work with grenades? Or would it just like straight up switch all the
I think the whole subclass goes with it,
Right.
right? So you're just changing the burn on that subclass.
Okay. Yeah, I like the idea. I think that could be fun.
It'd be fun. It would completely ruin the lore.
A little bit.
You know?
Yeah, but who cares?
This isn't about
Nobody
the
read
lore
it
this
anyway.
time, damn it.
I'll be
It would
concerned
ruin
about the lore
everything,
when they
but
put it
it's
in the game.
cool.
Yeah, how about that?
As
You got a good point
It's-
there, Briar. Good point.
it's like kind of an unwritten rule with games, as the longer they go on, eventually they hit a point where they just go, fuck the lore, and
Yeah.
do whatever they want.
We're just making cool things that are awesome.
Yeah.
Look at World of Warcraft. Eventually they just went, man, fuck the lore, and just kind of started doing stuff. It's great.
They can always
Isn't
come
that
up with
how we
some
got
kind of
Gallowing?
reason,
It's 'cause
right?
they
There's
don't
always
know.
a reason that in Metroid 2 you don't have any of the powers you had at the end of Metroid, right? There's always a reason.
Yeah,
They
and
can
Mega Man.
figure out some.
There's always a
dumb thing.
reason
Yeah,
in Mega Man why you don't
Yeah.
have.
You always get stripped down.
Yeah.
Something happens, strips you away from your powers.
At Travi, can we expect Challenge of Elders to be brought up to Rise of Iron light level? I would say no.
I'd say not
I'm
immediately.
inclined to say no.
It wasn't brought up in Taken King. I don't see any reason to be brought up this time.
It was brought
Yeah.
up later in Taken King, but not immediately. Like I could imagine, like, so hypothetically, if Rise of Iron is supposed to last like a whole year.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, I had to vomit it a little bit in my mouth.
Me too.
I could totally see them doing like an April update type scenario where they just.
Oh, I hope not. I want a
do
new
it again.
DLC.
I know.
God,
I know.
I hope they don't do that.
I know.
Yeah. It'd be bad if it was a whole year. It really would. We shouldn't go on that topic, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be updated. I think it's going to be updated with Rise Iron because I think it's Rise Iron focused. Challenge Elders has nothing to do with Rise Iron, or feels that way anyways.
Very true. It's gonna be all about the Iron Lords, Iron Banner,
Yeah.
snow, wolves,
Snow
becoming a
wolves.
man.
Yep.
Yep.
Forging your legacy.
Your Siva weapons. Oh.
Forging your Siva weapons because you're an Iron Lord. I think that's what it is.
And rituals.
Right?
There we go.
Some sort of
Yeah.
rituals. At Sevier036, do you want or think that Titans will get an Iron Banner cloak just like the one Lord Saladin has?
I think they've
New
already.
Iron Banner gear?
Unfortunately, I believe they revealed in one of the streams when they were talking with, or was it during E3? I can't remember.
Probably E3.
I remember one of the.
I think he said during the first stream that it was definitely not. It was a Lord
it's
Saladin,
a Lord Saladin
thing only.
exclusive.
Yeah. In fact, we
Boo.
saw in the
Yeah, boo.
in the Gallerwing trailer the Titan mark is like chainmail and cloth.
But wouldn't it be super cool if the lighthouse armor for Titan was a cape, but the regular Trials of Osiris was a mark?
The only thing
Oh,
about
no.
that is I think that one of the reasons they have like these separate profiles and different marks is so that you can quickly identify
Yep.
what you're
Yeah,
up
I
against
agree with
in the Crucible based on the
Yeah.
silhouette of the opponent. And if
That
they
makes a
were
lot
to
of
give
sense.
the Titans a cloak, then I think it would be too easy to confuse them with hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
makes
on
sense.
Team Cloak also, but
I would like
I think
to
it would
wear
be.
one, frankly. In fact, I would
Yeah.
rock that thing in real life. Fuck it.
going to Costco, you got your cloak on.
Yeah, man. In Ravish, would you like Arms Day packages to be placed in the missions tab? I think it's needed. I completely agree with this.
Rather than having it on you.
Rather than have it in
And
your
taking up-
in your inventory, like taking up your
Yeah,
primary
I
or
don't like
secondary
that.
weapon slot.
That
That would be
Yeah, I
awesome.
agree.
I completely agree as well. As long as like I can see on Destiny Item Manager, can I see what's in the mission slot easily? Because around this
They
time,
can make it so you can.
yeah, around
Right,
this time
yeah,
every week I go,
exactly.
shit, have I purchased my my packages so I can not suck at doing Arms Day. Okay. Yeah. You have the missions. You can see the mission stuff in there.
There you go.
So.
Perfect.
Yeah, I hate the way they take up space in my inventory, and you can't transfer them to the vault or anything.
Yeah.
At Heavy Rescue 44, can you guys help clarify the gala reward? So we kind of did this already.
Yeah.
I guess we can clarify again, just because you did ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so there. If you pre-order, you get a special version of the Galahorn. You get the Iron Galahorn. If you pre-order, you also get a special version of the Galar Wing.
Which is a sparrow.
If you buy the game like after the games come out, you can still get both of these items. The Iron Galahorn, or just the Galahorn, is available from a quest line, so you'll still be able to get Galahorn no matter what. And then if you have the game and you didn't pre-order it, you can still get the Galar Wing Sparrow from Eververse. So hope that clears that up.
It's
I might actually buy the one from Eververse.
I might too.
Because everyone's gonna have
Just
it.
because
in fact,
I
know I
love
will.
the way that normal Galahorn looks. So
Rule of thumb here is if you want the iron versions, if you want the iron skins on the Galahorn or the Galar Wing, you got to pre-order.
Pre-order. Yep.
yep.
At Rich GTR.
Also, since it's going to come up or somebody's going to ask, the pre-order on Xbox is TBD at the moment. They're going to announce it. It's just, and there's supposedly going to be plenty of time. It's just they're figuring something out, so they haven't activated yet on Xbox store. So it's coming. Don't worry.
Save those ducats.
Just not yet.
Don't
Yeah.
spend them on
Don't worry.
anything
You
else.
will be able to order. You will be able to order from the
pre-order it
store.
soon.
At Rich GTR, will Bungie release Raid? Will Bungie release Raid after Rise of Iron release? And if so, predictions on timescale. So I think he's talking. Will they release the Raid after the Rise of Iron release? And if so, predictions on the timescale.
I believe they've already stated that the Raid will be coming out after after Rise of Iron is released. They said it's not going to be an immediate thing. At least that's what I remember hearing during E3.
I heard that too.
Yeah. As far as like the you said time frame, does that mean like time frame to complete the raid, or like when do you think it's going to come
I think
out?
time frame how long after
Till
the
they
Rise of
release
Iron.
it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for like a week, maybe 2 weeks.
A week would be nice.
I would
at
love
least.
2 weeks. I'd be happy with a month. Like that wouldn't bother me at all. Give me plenty of time to enjoy the content, level up my character at my own pace.
Minimum a week, maximum month. Like I think that'd be a great baseline.
If they put it right at a week, that'd be September 27th, and that would be a day or two away from
TwitchCon.
TwitchCon. Yeah.
I think it's like a big conflict. I think personally, I mean, like,
yeah.
You know,
At Triggerblade, do you think 355 is the new max light, or do you think it's higher? I think we talked about this already. Sorry.
We did. Yeah, we had a big
In-depth.
discussion about it.
Unichronic, Destiny has never had enough content. How can Bungie deliver substantial content every quarter?
Hire a fuck
So they
ton
actually-
more people.
They actually have.
Yeah.
Is it High Moon Studios working on the game now?
I believe they've been working on it for a while. Like
For quite a while.
Yeah,
So,
they've been helping them out.
like I kind of the way it's working in my mind is that this year was really kind of oh shit, we weren't really prepared for what we got ourselves into year. But through the course of this year, hopefully like through the hiring of High Moon Studios and with the live team, I'm kind of thinking that they are going to get back on track with more regular releases. I don't know about quarterly. That seems optimistic to me. If in year 3 we see Rise of Iron and then another major DLC and then Destiny 2 in September, that wouldn't make me like jump for joy. Like I'd rather see more content released than that, but that'd be a lot better than this year. And then hopefully in the years coming, they've optimized the engine enough that it's easier to create content, and they have enough employees and they have enough help that they can kind of do quarterly or at least 3 pieces of DLC per year.
I think that's actually okay. I think this year was their buffer year to get back on track.
Yeah.
And also last gen, I'm sure, was a massive headache on being able to release content because of how much they had to cram in and try
Yeah,
to
I agree.
compartmentalize to make sure they could fit. Now that those restrictions are going to be lifted with Rise of Iron, I think this year, like I said, was a buffer time to be like they're preparing to be able to have a better engine with Destiny 2, and Rise of Iron is a stepping stone towards saying goodbye to this version of Destiny. You know, like we do Rise of Iron, see the story, continue our characters, and then there's a new release of Destiny 2 that's going to have these development tools that are much easier to develop content on because there's not going to be restrictions of last gen, the hard drive space, much more available to be able to produce regular updates. This is what I hope and what I think, because Bungie is aware of how thirsty we are for content. And Activision knows, Activision knows how much we're willing to spend on it. So I think that's the case. I think we just had to go through a growing pain year, which is what Destiny Year 2 is. A growing pain.
Yeah. See, for them to produce the amount of content where it would actually like satisfy us, I don't think it can be done in a manner that would be like quarterly without them like tripling the size of their studio.
Right, quarterly seems really aggressive.
Quarterly is
It does.
Quarterly is aggressive.
Especially if you're wanting like a Taken King.
Yeah, if you're wanting the amount of content that was
way.
released in Taken King in a quarterly fashion, sorry. Like I don't think that's possible with Bungie's current size. Hell,
But a Dark Below size thing, then I could see that quarterly.
I could see that quarterly now. If they, we don't know how big like the teams are in the studio. Numbers.
We don't even know how big a Rise of Iron is.
Yeah, and we don't even know how big that is. So, like, yeah.
Well, what I think is if they did a Taken King size every 6 months, we had talked about this before. Like every 6 months, you have a new raid, storyline progression, thing like a refresh of Vanguard, Crucible activities and that type of thing, and then in the 3-month marker post one of those DLCs, you get live events that are interesting. Remember we talking about that? Or like
I remember. I still think 6 months is too. It's.
I think it's too far away too.
Yeah.
I think it's too far.
I think 6 months was difficult handling last gen because didn't they say something about like the Dark Below
not
being finished in like a very small.
It was developed during a very small time frame, but 6 months to do like a Taken King size thing. Like, I mean, are we wanting entirely new content with like, newly built worlds, new models, and new everything every 6 months is an unbelievable amount of work to do. Like, seriously, it's even World of Warcraft when they're putting out a new thing every about 6 months. About the only thing they're doing is making they are making new models for like character armor, and then they're generally making like a new play space for like the raid or something like that. Aside from that, that's all they're getting. They're rehashing a lot of models and stuff to even be able to do that, and that's a studio that's way larger than Bungie able to do that. So.
I feel like if they were just giving us refreshes of vendor weapons, giving us maybe some new gear, some new shaders frequently, maybe a new PvP game mode, or it doesn't need to be like a whole big expansion every certain amount of time. We just need more reasons to come back to the game.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being in a stale state, that could even be just like more balancing updates or just bringing in like a new exotic or something.
The April update did more to refresh this game than I really expected it to.
Yeah, it was huge. It even on YouTube, like people were watching a lot more Destiny videos. They were playing a lot more. It did a lot. So I think just them even bringing one new exotic into the game every so often, people would be like, "Oh, let's get back on Destiny. How do we get it?"
Yeah.
I like the way the Taken King kind of staggered. It had a long tail to it, right? Not everything got released day one of the Taken King. Stuff was still getting discovered and released like for months afterward. And I think they could use that to their advantage, to keep the game feeling fresh as we play it.
I mean, it's definitely a good thing that people always want more content too. Like,
yeah,
that's
absolutely
that's awesome. But jeez, yeah.
At Crush Nebula 55, how about that new Monarchy Titan gear? We already talked about that.
Yeah, we
It definitely is ugly.
specifically
We talked
mentioned that. Whoever
Yeah.
designed that, good job, because that's it's so loud. It's so loud and awesome.
You got the attention. That's
Yeah.
right.
At J Queege, I'm gonna go with Queege. Seems there may be a bug in Iron Banner. Lots of people getting no rewards, no wrap at end of game. Also, lots of anteater. We talked about that too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is a
We
a
did-
thing that's going on right now.
It's a gnome ban. It's a nose thing. So they actually they put out on
They're
Twitter
investigating
just now that it should be fixed.
Oh, good.
So they said
That's good.
they said the rewards should be fixed and to let them know if there's still a problem. But they should be fixed.
That's
so
good. Yeah,
I'm
people weren't
hoping,
getting rep.
'cause I
want
wanna
to
play Iron
Kind of
Banner.
weird.
Mhm.
At Angel of Death, if Destiny was like Halo and had Forge mode and custom games, would that be enough to last the decade?
No.
No.
Not a decade. No.
No.
But it would definitely
Not on
help
its
fill
own,
these
no.
slow areas. If we had user-created Forge maps, that would be amazing.
Yeah, if every
Custom
month there
games.
was a new set of maps that got in the Crucible for rotation because the community created them, and then there was maybe some sort of PVE style thing, like that would just it would change the feeling of this game dramatically.
Yeah, it would be so much fun. At Admiral Alyssa, what should Bungie prioritize first and why? Forge Maker for strikes or custom games and PvP that have community playlists?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Yeah,
Forge Maker or custom games and PvP? Which should they prioritize first?
I mean, that's the same thing, is it not?
no,
Forge.
that'd definitely.
they're
be
saying
different.
Forge mode for strikes.
Forge mode for strikes would be like, you can set spawns, you could set waypoints, you could
Okay.
do stuff like that.
Okay.
I think it seems like custom matches would be easier, so that first,
It definitely would be.
and then
easy.
give us a Forge mode.
And I think customs is something that I mean, I can't speak for just PvE players, but I think everyone can enjoy it because you'd be going in there with your friends ideally and just like having a good time doing random stuff. It's not like a super competitive PvP thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not like a pure PvE player. I don't know many pure PvE players, but I'm pretty sure
They all
can
left the
have
game
a-
because there's no PvE content for a year.
But I'm pretty sure they can enjoy customs, no, with their friends, go in there like trip mines only or swords only or
Yeah.
I really think
Whatever.
this game could really use help on the PvE side of it. I really do enjoy the PvE side. I think a Forge mode would be fantastic. If Bungie could curate some kind of, community playlist of like the best of the community created designs, that would be absolutely amazing. But even if they didn't do that, even if it was completely random, maybe we find the best creators, on Twitter or on Reddit or whatever, and you just kind of you find his stuff or her stuff. It'd just be so much fun, and it would add so much to the PvE side because a lot of players don't give a shit about the Crucible. They just don't.
No,
They came to Destiny for the raids and for the strikes and for the lore, and the Crucible is completely secondary, and they are suffering
The
right now.
PvE is
They are.
was basically the major draw point of the game for a
Yeah.
lot of players.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a huge amount that came from the Bungie's pedigree of PvP from Halo, but I mean, Bungie doing a PvE thing. Oh my God, the campaigns in Halo were always fantastic, and there's going to be
They are
raids and
fantastic. You can
stuff.
replay them constantly.
Yeah, and it's
then
like,
they
yeah.
made Forge mode. That's where that term
Yeah.
comes from.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
it's definitely like that's something that needs more love. That needs more content coming out. And I feel like a Forge mode would be much better than. I kind of hate that I'm saying this because I am mainly a PvP player, but I think a Forge mode would be so much better than custom games in my eyes.
The thing is, like,
Yeah.
every Crucible match is a little bit different,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, I know that people get sick of the Crucible, but there is more replayability there just because you are
Oh, for
playing
sure.
human players. With
Yeah,
PvE, for me, I can only go through a Heroic Strike playlist so many times. Yes, it did help that they added modifiers to it because it does add a little bit more variety to it. Nightfalls were always better for me because at least there were the modifiers and there was a little bit more challenge level. Even the raids, it's like I get sick of doing the raids constantly because it's the same thing every time. If they could make a Forge mode, man, I'd be on board. And I think it's a way bigger project than
Yeah, it
custom
is.
matches.
Oh,
much
it's
bigger than
a
custom.
much bigger
Yeah.
scale. Yeah.
But I'd love to see it with Destiny 2. I would love to see it because I think it would just add so much for so many
Yeah.
players.
I think they'd have the capability too. Now that they're like again, I think last gen there was no way that would even be remotely possible. Now that it's current gen, this concept of a forge mode is technically possible. It's just how expensive is it for them to focus on building a community tool essentially that can generate both PvE and PvP content.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about
I mean,
changing geometry of the areas. I'm just talking about you change spawn areas. You can change what spawns in. You can change waypoints for missions. Stuff like that. And I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, like a rudimentary version, they could definitely start out with that. But it would also just be, it would be just great if you could take areas from various parts of the game. I think we were talking about this last night on stream about being able to load up a patrol area and then forge a PvP map in the middle of the patrol area.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah,
be
a lot of fun. The community is already incredible.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
it would take that and just make ridiculous amounts of amazing content.
Yeah. At Pisagno Paul, do you guys believe that Galar Wing was meant to be a pre-order bonus or made into one after GameSpot's goof?
I think it was always meant
I
to
think
be
so, too.
one.
I mean, it's-
I don't think they saw it and were like, yeah, let's do that. Sounds great.
Yeah,
These things are not created overnight.
No, definitely not.
yeah, that video looks awesome too. Whoever made that video
Exactly,
was did a great job.
Yeah, the hype level is set to maximum for that video.
Yeah, and isn't it Carmina Burana is in there?
Oh, Fortuna.
Yeah, or Fortuna.
At Crazy Cobras, where do you think the new raid will take us Guardians besides the top of the wall?
Below the wall.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, we
we're
jumped. We
gonna-
jumped like
I saw a
they
part where
jumped down.
jump below.
So
It looks like you go below the wall.
Tefty said
It
it
looks-
best like months ago when we first saw that raid. He's like, "Yeah, it looks cool going on top of the wall, but we're gonna go.
We're gonna be
we're going into
there.
a cave
We're gonna be
eventually."
But what was really cool
Yep.
is what they actually showed us of the raid that we've seen was
Yeah.
out in the open. We were up on top of something, like
We were
running away
outside,
from.
like
up.
You guys have
Goddamn
seen
Yeah.
right.
that
We
big
weren't just
picture.
in a hole.
You saw that big picture though. It's like a red kind of structure it's kind of suspended by the red
Yeah.
vines, and it's all
Yep.
a red background. I kind of have a suspicion that might be part of the raid too.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to go inside the Siva to do this.
I'm
match.
Yeah,
super excited
right?
for
It's
this.
just gonna
this
be
coming
us
raid.
devouring red vines and then monitoring our blood.
We're gonna
our
be
blood
eating them
sugar
just-
levels.
Eat the red
It's gonna look like a
vines.
hot dog eating contest
Yeah.
with red vines. You gotta eat it before it can go. At the Spawny 13, since the last matchmaking updates, do you think it has made Iron Banner lag or lag worse? We've talked about that
I personally
earlier, too,
had a
yeah.
great time with this Iron Banner.
It felt
I
good.
can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, it felt good to
but
me.
it felt good for me.
I did see some red bar heroes, I did see some of that, but it felt better until today.
It felt better. Yeah.
I would say every single match I've been in has had at least 1 or 2 red bars. But I approached it this time around saying I'm expecting to see red bars and teleportation. And I'm fine.
And I'm okay because I got a shotgun.
and then
I got a shotty,
you know
exactly.
the best way to combat lag. Roll Stormcaller. Roll that Warlock because melee just
Do it. Double
Yeah.
smacky
smack,
hands.
and then you don't even really have to see him, but it'll lock on, and it just zaps him.
That's
And it could be a
true.
mile away.
I've been
It's
zapped
great.
through a wall
And they will
before.
die within the next 5 seconds, almost guaranteed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah, that's always
had my-
the most concerning
I had my
thing.
first instance of armor piercing rounds on a shotgun this week. It was fantastic. It was like I go
Really?
behind cover, and I die to a shotgun, and then when I'm rewatching the footage, I see the guy who's also behind cover shoot, and it's in like one of those. Oh, I'm like I'm out of cover on his screen. It's like we're both behind cover for a pretty good amount of time. He shotguns. And you can see the pellets like spark off the wall and go through the wall and hit me. I'm just like,
That's
got
awesome.
wall-
I need one of those.
You got
Right.
wall
I got
banged
wall
by a
banged
shotty?
by
a
That's
shotgun
incredible.
this week.
I need one of those. I'm gonna be looking out for
That
armor
is
piercing
great.
rounds.
Seriously, that's next level strats right
it
there.
was fantastic. And I just sat there dumbfounded. It's
I
good.
want that on my invective so I could rapid fire it.
Mm-hmm.
Get multi kills with it.
You could just you could sit like on Exodus Blue where a bee is. You can just sit there behind the wall and just spray it
Oh
down.
my god, do you? I kind of.
That wall is paper thin.
Yeah.
Paper thin.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Imagine
literally
if
like a tin foil.
imagine if Widowmaker was in the game and activated, you could see where they're on B point.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
And
God.
wall bang with that shotty.
Well, yeah. What if there's like a, yeah. What or just the entire team? So Night Stalkers with Hunted. There you go.
That's
There you go. Yeah.
I kind of miss the old days with arm piercing rounds on snipers. Especially.
I don't.
It was fun hitting
You
that
could
shot.
shoot
You
through
could
a
have hit it
fucking
like
mountain.
all
Yeah,
the
you could. It
time.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
It wasn't balanced
There's some
in
insane
any way.
things that you could
Looking
do.
back on it, I was really pissed that like they nerfed it because they did it in such a way. It's like, okay, now you can't shoot through anything at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was definitely broken when you could stand on, I think, A point in Shores of Time and shoot through the mountain, and then hit people that were on C point. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's great.
At
Super
Eric
problematic.
131323, just wondering if you think GameStop is offering the Galar Wing in the pre-order bonus. I have not heard anything yet. So this is available no matter where you pre-order it. From
Yep.
what I understand, it does. You can pre-order it at a retailer. You can pre-order it on your PlayStation or soon on your Xbox, and you will get the pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
At Antonius24,
Briar,
yes,
Briar, I
Yes.
can't pre-order on Xbox.
Just hold your fucking
going
horses,
on?
dude. It'll be available.
It won't let me
The
pre-order
game's
on
not
Xbox.
out for 2 months, man. Relax. Take a chill
I can't.
pill. Relax.
I think
breathe
about
in.
it at night.
Breathe in. Woosah. Woosah.
It's gonna be okay.
2 months you got.
Okay.
2 months.
I feel better now. I feel better.
Apparently, like if you pre-order in the UK from like a store, you get like a pendant. You get a little Rise of Iron pendant or something.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
a pendant.
I don't know.
I like
free
pendant.
stuff.
It'll probably be available in the Bungie store.
There better not be a really awesome emblem
It's-
associated with that pendant.
It's actually
to
worth
God.
noting something super cool. You can now pre-order the Hunter figure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
yes.
From
And
the
it has
best-
it
from-
has
yeah,
my
from the
cloak.
Bungie store.
It has my
Yeah.
cloak.
You'll get it in just one
awesome.
short year.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still debating on if I want to order one of those because
How much is it? Like 120 bucks?
It looks
it's like
so
190.
good.
no, it's
190.
$200. And
200.
Yeah.
We have the Titan one,
Yeah.
and it looks.
yeah, I know
It
it,
is a
looks
good
great,
looking
but
figurine.
at the end of the day, I'm like saving money to move, and it's like that's
That's true.
$200 for an action figure, a really
That's
fucking awesome.
I know,
action
man,
figure
right?
That I
It's collectible.
Yeah.
Get it later when it drops down in price.
It is collectible. Is it going to be available? Or is it, I thought it was
I don't know.
limited.
thought they're limited edition.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I think it's limited edition. I know. I want to buy all of them, but I'm like, God, there's an Xbox S coming out, and like, being an adult and bills
Fuck all that stuff.
and
Get yourself an
bills.
action figure.
Fuck all that.
It has an
Come play
icebreaker.
Magic the Gathering with me.
Icebreaker.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah, Gwen's coming out
Oh,
soon.
yeah.
Well, not really. Never mind. It's not coming out soon. Beta's in September.
Okay.
At Antonius24, do you guys expect Siva will have an influence on Moon, Mars, Venus, etc.?
No, it's
Mm.
contained in Earth from like everything they've told us.
Earth and Plague Lands.
I wouldn't be surprised
is
to
the
see
only
him
place you'll
do
see
something. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is spacefaring society.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised
Guardian
if
got
they
some
make it
Siva
to
on their
Venus or
shoe.
something.
Guardian got some Siva on their shoe and then went to go to Mars. Just started infecting.
Yeah,
them.
That's how
maybe
it spreads, man.
Maybe the Siva
That's right.
infected fallen. They want to go find something from the War Mind or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised
They
if they go somewhere
Stuck
else.
their probes inside of the war mind and got the Siva.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to mention this when we were talking about the reveal, but I found it interesting how they specifically mentioned that the Siva is not controlled by itself. It doesn't have a mind of its own. I found that interesting.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
It's a thing that you have to take
Right.
and use.
Like,
on
so
your
who
stuff.
is controlling this,
Well,
right?
they specifically
Is it-
said it needs.
Is
a
it the
mind.
fallen?
Yeah, it needs a mind.
A mind, right? A
to
mind.
Control it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm
snap.
guessing the speaker.
Yeah.
The speaker's evil.
I'm thinking it's
telling
Oryx.
you. In like 5 years, when the DLC comes out, that the speaker is evil, people are gonna say that I'm a genius.
The real
It's the
surprise
speaker,
would be if
straight
he's
up.
not evil. That would be like the twist. Oh, surprise twist! He's actually a fucking good guy.
Yeah.
He's there with like baby wolves, feeding them, save them from being killed.
Starting up a
Right?
fucking orphanage for ghosts that haven't found their
like-
guardians yet.
Then
He's
I'll
like,
feel
he's
real
like
bad.
Gandalf after he fought the Balrog. It's all white and angelic and stuff. They're like, what? I thought you were the other white wizard, Saruman.
And I'm in the tower right now, standing by the speaker, and this guy's just shady.
He's shady.
Oh, yeah.
He's up to
Can
no
he
good.
see out of that
Nobody
mask?
trusts this
Him-
guy.
Can he see out of this thing?
And he's wearing a. Why is he wearing a mask? What's he trying to hide? He's trying to hide his true identity. What's going on? I don't like it.
We gotta talk
Him
to
and Eric are
Toland.
gonna-
We
He's
gotta
got some
talk to
evil-
Toland. We gotta talk to Osiris. We gotta find out what's really the
He's
story
got
behind this
some
guy.
like
Yeah, because that's the story I really want,
Right,
right?
yes,
Because Osiris and the speaker had some stuff going down, and then if you listen to Brother Vance, he like says some he puts some shade on the
He
speaker.
is not down with this.
dude. I mean, look at
No,
the
I
speaker
wanna
is
know why.
totally that guy in
wanna know.
college that you went over to, like who was a stoner, but like he never really let you know it. And you go into his house, and it's like cluttered.
You wore a trench coat
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah, it's like it is cluttered as fuck. Like it is cluttered as fuck in his little area right here. He's burning incense. There is blue crystal meth on his countertop. There's like there's some Breaking Bad blue crystal meth on his countertop. He's just growing it right there because that's what he does. And then he's just sitting there talking to himself. This
Yeah.
is not a guy.
Well, to be fair,
He's a bad
everybody
dude.
in the tower talks to themselves.
This is true.
True.
It's like a
Brother
schizophrenic
Vance talks to
association up in
me.
there.
He's shady.
He has a ghost
At
flying around.
Stephen J. Watt, do you think the PS exclusive Sublime Engrams are too exclusive?
What?
How?
Well, they can't be like half exclusive.
I'm not sure what he
You
means
get the
here.
cape
I'm not
on
sure if he
Xbox.
means that they don't drop often enough, or if he means that it's too bad they're not shared
Having-
with Xbox. But I'm gonna go with
No.
they don't drop enough. Do you think they drop enough?
Wait, there's
They drop a good amount in Court of Oryx. Actually,
PlayStation
Oh
exclusive.
yeah, you're right.
The engrams. For some reason, I thought he said
Sublime
emblem.
Engrams.
Sublime.
Yeah,
Sublime
Sublime
emblems.
Engrams. You know, Sublime Legendary drop
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Go to
just don't
Court of
really care
Oryx.
about the Sublime stuff, honestly.
It's
I-
really
I
not
like it.
that big of a deal in my eyes. It's some people like the armor and they like going for the hunt and chasing for it, but it's not like it's significantly better. It's just another legendary.
No, it's
armor
just
set.
armor.
It's
Yeah.
just armor.
I like it. I think it's cool that there's something that's ultra rare. I like having that kind of stuff, like a carrot on a stick out there. So
Even the Sublime cape that I have now that came with the Taken King, I put it on and people are still
Yeah,
like,
what is that?
"What's
What
that
is
cape?
that
Where'd
cape?"
you get
Yeah.
that cape?"
yeah.
Yeah. I
You
like
know,
that.
the problem I have is I don't know what the armor is. I mean, sometimes I recognize the Titan one. It looks like you're from BioShock or something. But
that's the old one.
The,
That's it changed
the old
over.
one?
Yeah.
See, I just don't like. It'd be nice if it said, "Hey, this is really rare."
Mm.
Don't.
Well, it does when you pick it up. It doesn't once you decrypt it. Like,
Yeah, but once I decrypt it, I mean, I decrypt like boatloads of engrams at a time because everything's stuck in my vault. I mean, my postmaster. I'm always having.
Why? Okay,
You
we
should
need to
really
have an
clean out your
intervention.
postmaster,
We need to have an
man.
intervention with you.
you have a real problem with that.
Oh, my postmaster's real bad.
Nice.
Why don't you
team
just clean it
postmaster.
on a regular
People
basis?
always get angry at me.
What's
on
the
stream.
deal?
You have
How
a
come you
clean
guys
command?
can't keep your postmasters clean?
I ain't got time for that.
Come on.
I don't have
Takes-
time.
takes
What am I
moments.
supposed to do? Like take all my stuff
It
that's
does
on my
not take
person, put it
moments.
in the vault, go to the postmaster, run
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
cryptarch. That's
Yeah.
way too
See,
much.
and at the
That's way
same
too
time,
much.
your inventory is already full. You only have like 1 or 2 slots on each thing, you know, because
Right.
you have all this stuff that you constantly get.
I
because you
don't
play
have
the
any
game
vault
so much.
space.
How is your vault
I-
space?
exactly.
How is that full?
Oh, my vault
Mine's
space is
maxed out.
maxed
I'm
out,
saving my
dude.
old capes.
Mine's maxed out.
It is
absolutely.
maxed. There's no room left.
I
I
don't
have no
even
room.
I don't even decrypt I don't even decrypt blue armor engrams anymore. I let that stuff
I do
slide
too.
through.
I do too.
I do not need to decrypt it. It is more
I let
inventory
it
to
push
manage.
its way up the postmaster.
Exactly. It's
You
goes back to
guys-
the
Yeah, I
ethers.
pick out the legendaries if I have room for them, frankly.
Sometimes
and if
I'll
they're
take
raid
out
gear, like
legendaries.
if I do 3 raids in a day, the shit from the first raid is already gone by the time I get back to the tower.
God.
You guys need to get that shit in check. And I know I'm sitting here
I can't.
saying like I'm some saintly organizer.
Oh, I'm
when,
sure it's-
when behind
it's
me
easy to
we
do
have
while
this
you're playing
fucking
Magic all the
travesty
fucking
in
time.
real life. We have this glorious example of my organization skills, but come on, like come on, it's
I have. You should see my Hunter's
I
Postmaster.
don't want
It's
to.
literally full of capes. It's
All
all
capes.
capes. It's all capes.
Armor's not my problem. My biggest problem is weapons. It's like I still have all the raid weapons from all the raids. It's just full, man. It's just full.
I don't know. I guess
I'm always worried that I'm deleting a tier 12.
I don't-
But then I'm just like,
I don't care. I
don't
guess
know.
I just don't care enough. And I was like, okay, could it be a tier 12 item? I don't care enough to level it up. It's probably gonna look bad with my current armor set anyway. Who cares? Old raid weapons. I don't have sentimental value for that type of stuff. I delete it.
Oh, you don't have your vision. of
Another
cornflakes?
problem too
I mean, I
is the bulk of Destiny that I play is on stream, and I just can't make people watch me clean my postmaster. Like I just can't do it to them.
Like, hold on, guys. We're gonna have a vault
Right?
and
we're
Postmaster
gonna spend the next-
cleaning stream today.
We're gonna spend the next 30 minutes running between my postmaster and the vault and the.
Exactly.
What I should
I'll usually get like a row or two out of the postmaster,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "That's enough to
Yeah,
stream."
I'm
on
done.
that." Like,
that's
now
the
let's
same.
go to
I'll
the
take
vault
out,
of
like,
glass
4
and fill this
things. I'm
fucker
like-
right back up.
I'm good.
4 things. I'm like, cool. I made some space. You know, some people they're still triggered, but not as triggered. You know.
see.
I'm too lazy.
Oh my
to be
god,
honest.
you guys need
Can't
to
do it.
get that shit under control. It's
I don't know, man. I
Nah.
don't really care, to be honest with you. And soon we're gonna get a bigger postmaster, or a bigger vault, so it just won't make
Bigger
a
vault.
fucking
That's
Now
what I
then,
want.
I will
I want a
clean
bigger
it out
post.
with Rise of
if
Iron.
my inventory has more than like 4 or 5 things in it on each slot, I'm like, what? I'm looking at okay, I got 334 boots.
Yeah, but you play
no.
with like 3 guns.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You play with like.
Yeah. When was
I
the
have
last
Unless you're
time
three
you
doing a
raided?
pairs
review,
of bones
you play
of
with a
AO,
sniper
and I
rifle,
need them all.
probably 1 sniper rifle.
I have a sniper rifle for each character.
Okay. And you play with the Mida, and you used to play with Hawkmoon almost exclusively.
Yeah.
Like you don't play,
Dude,
it's
I
just
do
a
weapon.
difference.
I do weapon reviews. I have.
Yeah, but
I
you
have a
do one
copy of
review
every-
for per week.
Yeah.
And
I've
those
been doing.
go-
Okay,
those
look,
go
I've
right
been
back
doing
into
these
the-
state of
into
weapon
the
reviews.
postmaster
Okay?
afterward.
I've been doing these state of the weapon reviews, and I've been having to like. I kind of wish I had your problem where I could just go in and just like, oh yeah, let's grab a bunch of weapons of this archetype. I'm like, fuck, I'm sitting here. Do I have any good sniper rifles to do state of the sniper rifle with? I have no idea. Do I even have a fast rate of fire one? Because I hate the damn things. Why am I gonna use them? Hope I get. Oh, okay, good. I got one. We're good. I'm good. We're good.
Postmaster arguments. All right, next question.
It's getting a little heated.
Getting heated
The
up in
most
here.
heated thing we can talk about is
Man.
the postmaster because y'all need to get that shit together.
Hell
My
no.
chat gets
You need
so
to be
fucking
more
OCD
free
about it.
living,
Raid anymore,
Patrick.
Pat.
Yeah, you don't raid
I wouldn't have that
man.
problem
It's
either.
so
I
hard
don't
to keep
raid.
raid.
I
That
don't
thing,
raid.
that thing is chocked full by the end of a raid.
Yeah.
You know why mine isn't? Because I didn't let my inventory get so fucking full that it goes to the postmaster.
No. If I empty it,
Yeah.
and then do a raid, it is packed.
Okay, mine
Yeah.
isn't.
It's a full.
Mine isn't.
Yeah, but do 3 raids in a row.
Yeah.
All my characters are fine, so I'm not going to have this problem.
All right, whatever, I'm not talking
I
about
literally
this with you
cannot
anymore. I
relate
don't
to
care.
your
I literally
problem.
couldn't give
Patrick,
a shit about
you're
this
the odd one out
conversation.
here. Clearly, you are the strange one.
Bosnum 8 Villa, does PD Crew lost hopes for Cabal raid, or believe it will be the first raid on Destiny 2?
I haven't.
So
lost.
everybody was thinking it was going to be a Cabal raid. It wasn't.
Right.
You guys,
I could see it being a Cabal raid one day.
Yeah.
It's just Cabal are really annoying, and it's just the boss is going to be a big dude with a shield, and
There's another thing I was saying on stream last night. I was going to say that the end boss is literally a giant uncooked piece of roast beef that it has 8 trillion health points, and there's a timer
and
to
a shield.
shoot enough to take down its health. Otherwise, you fail.
Mm.
It's just a meat shield.
You know there were fights like that in World of
Cabal are
Warcraft.
annoying.
There were literally fights like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
Tell me
him. I've
more.
seen him on YouTube.
Yeah, go look at the patchwork fight. Aside from like the absolute basics of tanking and healing, it's literally the DPSers in your raid have to do enough damage before the like 8-minute mark, or else he kills everyone. That's literally the point of the fight, is to make sure you can.
That's
the Cabal
basically
raid
what the
right
Death
there.
Singer was.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, DPS raids, but I haven't lost hope for the Cabal raid at all. It's
No, we'll see it.
I was like, it'll happen.
Yeah,
it'll happen.
a 10-year plan, guys. There's plenty of time to get
It'll
like
happen.
one
Plenty of
Cabal
time.
raid
Don't
in
worry.
there.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this is the first Fallen raid we've gotten.
Yeah.
First actual
Yeah.
raid. Yeah.
Well, it's Siva. Is that really Fallen?
It's modified Fallen.
Yeah.
It's close
Modified,
enough.
Yeah.
At Terrible Acorn 13, would you like Rise of Iron Go? So, like Pokemon Go. And
What
should
am I
it be
catching,
for
like,
Material
Iron
Glimmer
Heads?
or Engram Farm? I would play
What
the
if
shit
you
out
saw-
of Destiny
What
Go.
if you're like, yo, there's a Galahorn around the corner. Let's go.
Oh God.
Sure. Sure.
Catch exotics.
I'm.
That would be
I
more
prefer to
appealing
play
to me than
Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. A lot more.
Guys, there's the God Roll
But-
Sniper up 2 blocks.
hmm There's a tank bow. Run.
There we go. I like it.
I would love to actually see like the Destiny universe like kind of expanded upon in little side projects. Like what was that little Fallout game that they had for mobile phones before
Fallout
Fallout 4?
Shelter?
Yeah, Fallout Shelter. Like a little side scroller. There's a side scroller that somebody's making right now in the Destiny universe.
He's done with the project. He's done with
He's
the project.
done?
Yeah. Like he yeah,
Done
there
as in he finished it, or done as in cease and desist?
no, done no, he got featured on Bungie's
No,
website.
Bungie featured it.
Yeah, they featured it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
yes,
like
we
I
do.
didn't see that.
he said he's done. He wants to do something like 3D related
Awesome.
to Destiny. Maybe hey, guy that designed the 2D thing. I can't remember your name. If you happen to watch the podcast, talk to me, because I've been like designing a raid thing. I'm gonna do a video on it eventually. But it'd be really fucking cool seeing that shit in action. Come talk to me.
That would be pretty
mingle.
cool,
Let's mingle.
man.
Let's mingle.
That'd be
That
lit.
would be
Let's
really
mingle.
cool.
One man.
Let's mingle. Have your people
creates
call
an
my
entire
people.
raid.
I mean, I will if he can do it in an engine that I can easily learn. So could you like do Unreal or Source? That'd be fantastic. I'll make the maps. Let's go.
Dude, Unity
I
is a great
fucking
engine.
hate Unity.
Use-
I've
What? Are you
yeah,
serious?
I do not like Unity at all.
Do you not like C#?
I can't code. I'm talking about just for map building, purely just for map building.
Unity's awesome.
Yeah,
Maybe you haven't seen Unity recently.
I saw it about 4 months ago.
Yeah. Wow. It's a great engine.
I see the intro when I turn
Yeah.
on Pokemon Go. It says
Yeah.
Unity.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
built in
Right
Unity?
before the
Yes.
server crashes.
Yep.
Yeah. Before it doesn't let me in the server, it says Unity. I'm like, oh, cool.
That's hilarious.
At Boss Bacon 302, compared to other expansions, how many new exotics do you expect from Rise of Iron?
20.
20?
Wait, what was the question?
I'm gonna just agree with that.
That's-
20, because it's such a specific number. I love the answer. 20.
What was it? How many new exotics have you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
Well,
with 20.
including armor
20.
and weapons.
Ooh, 20 new weapons. 20.
Okay.
Steven Thompson,
I want it all.
of the raids so far, which encounter is the most fun to play? So, any of the raids, which encounter is the most fun?
Any of the raids. So all the raids.
Probably something from Vault of Glass.
Templar fight for me. Normally because I'm the relic holder, and I love
Mm-hmm.
the
Templar's
the
fun.
movement that the relic offers, and then like
Yeah.
you have to do a ton of stuff during it, and there's a really cool rhythm to shooting your super. Dispelling the oracle thing off people. Going and killing stuff, figuring that rhythm out.
Getting the stank
Yeah.
off.
I like the oracles better than that, just because I feel like it's like there's so much going on. You gotta get to those. You gotta get to those oracles to kill them. If you got all the snipers looking at you, you got the Praetorians coming out. Like it just feels like it's so hectic and so much fun. Like it's still fun even if you're over leveled. But my answer is actually from the Dark Below, that Thrall drive. I think that's so much fun.
Just after the bridge.
No, the beginning, the very first part where you
Oh.
go down and you have to get through the
And you have to find your way. That's
the
that's
Thrall pit down there. It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
the Thrall pit was fun. That's true.
Like,
Doing it solo was super fun too.
Yeah.
Like figuring out how to actually do it solo was fun.
Yeah. I think for me, the maze along with the jumping puzzle and Vault of Glass was like I just have great memories in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
And experience that. I think it's like such a great encounter.
I think it.
To have to like go
I think
through.
another reason why Vault of Glass is just so memorable for a lot of us is you got to learn the encounter space really well during everything leading up to like the boss of that area. So you got to kind of push forward during the Templar type thing, and then fight to hold it, and then you fight the boss in his area, and you move on to the next area, and then you're in Atheon's chamber, and you do that whole thing. You learn that area, then you see the final boss in that area. Like it has like a more intimate experience with the actual play space, and with King's
very
Fall,
intricate play spaces too.
Yeah, with King's Fall, like, I mean, the encounters are still fucking great, but I don't have as fond of memories of them the way Vault of Glass, because you get to say every encounter is kind of like, okay, here's the encounter, okay, next encounter, here's the encounter, next encounter, here's the encounter, next encounter. The only time you really stick around in an area is during Daughters and then Oryx fight. So you learn that, and that's the most memorable.
And
area
even
for a
those
lot
are
of-
so systematic that if you're in there with a raid team, you're in and out of that place.
Yeah, and another thing is like, due to the placement in that, due to the placement of the things in that fight, like even though you can be in that area for both parts of the fight, you don't really learn how to use the entire space, if that makes any sense. Like generally you'll be in like, okay, this is my position for both of the areas, and you can never really move from there, essentially.
Whereas with the Templar and with the Oracles that shared the same spot, you're constantly moving around that area, and you're just so threatened all the time.
Yeah.
Raids are really amazing.
They are, man.
Like to have them in a FPS game, and it's that feeling when you first go in there, you don't really know what's going on, and then you finally take down the boss and you see what loot you get. Like there's nothing quite like raids in Destiny.
I agree with you.
Agreed. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
At Narf 404, what's your favorite patrol location? I already answered this earlier in the podcast, but what's your favorites?
Patrol location? So like planet? Or yeah, patrol distance.
Pretty much.
Well, you got to select a specific area in a patrol.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with the Dreadnought because it was the first patrol area that was like there was secrets in there. There was stuff to find, and you could actually, when the Taken King first came out, and people were in that room where you had to crouch, and you get the scent. Was it the scent of the worm, or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
You see a bunch of people going to that area and just running to that
trying
side.
to get over
I really
that
liked
maze.
that. Yeah, I really liked that. I liked that there were things for us to find there instead of just, oh, there's like spin metal and some chests. There was actual secrets in the Dreadnought, which was really cool.
Yeah. I think for me, the Venus area where you load in, you hang off to the right, because it felt like there was an actual civilization there. Like, there's cafes and cars and everything. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it was cool to see. It was just like, it's not Earth, it's a different planet, yet there was civilization, and it felt like what Destiny was promised to be was this futuristic experience of things that was familiar yet unknown.
Yeah.
And when I go to that Venus area, I'm always like, oh, I want to see more of that.
That area pulls off something that I always thought the Buried City was supposed to pull off too, but never quite managed to.
Yeah.
The Buried City always felt like just a series of tunnels, but that area that you're talking about on Venus really does feel like a lost civilization.
Exactly. That feels really interesting.
I'm actually gonna say the moon.
Moon.
I don't know, from the beta when they opened it up during that really small amount of time, it just felt like we were like, man, this is like really small, and then you realize that the moon isn't the actual destination of the moon; it's the Hellmouth. Like that's the real thing that you're going to when you go to the moon. So I don't know, just the kind of the knowledge that we still don't know what's all down in the Hellmouth. There's still much more to go explore down there. They've basically hollowed out the entire planet. And of course, we haven't seen much of it now. But I don't know. I like the feeling that the moon gives overall, that there's so much hidden inside it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the first time in the alpha, when I landed in the Cosmodrome and I started exploring, and I came out, you know, you start off with all those cars and you come out and you open up to that big area where the spider tank drops. That spider tank actually dropped like real early for me. And I was like, it wasn't on the mission that I was leaving, but it was like one of the first time I was in patrol around there. I was like, this is amazing. This is like a freaking, you know, a strike boss could just randomly drop in this game. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And so that was really like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great experience seeing those drop.
Destiny has some amazing things in it.
No doubt.
Mhm.
Sometimes we lose sight of
amazing
that too, I
memories.
feel like.
We do. And talking about all of this stuff, you're like, remember all of those feelings that you've had through Destiny. And there's so many more of those moments for us to have too.
Yeah.
The story of Destiny in the world, like there's so much. So much for us to experience. I can't wait for the new raid.
Yeah. I can't wait for the new patrol. I can't wait to see the Plaguelands and go exploring the Cosmodrome again.
Yeah.
At Jazinki Oscar, you think Bungie will ever introduce SMGs and dual-wielding weapons? I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No brainer for
SMGs
for dual
definitely.
wield?
SMGs definitely, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see dual-wielding weapons.
See, what's going to separate...
I would love a dual wielding exotic.
That would
I
be
would love
awesome.
it so much.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Here's my problem with SMG. What separates Doctrine of Passing from an SMG?
Range.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to shoot even faster.
So kills faster up close.
Yeah.
But damage drop off
So
is
what's
Severe.
more
what would be
aggressive.
the point of using one over, say, what we currently have? What would be the difference?
Shotgun Defense Force.
Mm. Yeah.
So it would have to have a slightly further kill range than a shotgun, but less so than like Doctrine of Passing.
Yeah, it'd have to in its
Would
prime optimal range, it'd kill faster than a Doctrine would now. But its optimal range would be, I don't know, like about the range of a fusion rifle, maybe a little less.
That could be really fucking deceptive. That could be
Yeah.
really deceptive.
Ooh, God.
I don't know.
That thing would be the meta.
SMGs, I'd almost prefer them to just like take the existing faster rate of fire archetype of auto rifles and just kind of
And just make those SMGs.
make those into its own weapon class of SMGs.
That works for me.
I think that would be
That'd be cool. It would be easier
Yeah.
for them to balance
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It would actually be easier to
If
balance.
they did that, though, I'd want them to rebuff the Doctrine. Right? If that was going to be the SMG, they got to pull back on the range of the Doctrine, but rebuff its power. So that you could actually... Because it used to be a really effective defense against shotguns. Now it's not so much.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I picture SMGs as being, is a really close-range weapon that you can go toe-to-toe with a shotgun or a fusion rifle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, you know, dual wielding to me is just a cosmetic thing. You're still balancing time to
Pretty
kill.
much.
It's just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just feel like a badass running around
Right.
with two pistols.
I think you're right, though, Watts. If it was specifically an exotic that
Mhm.
offered the ability to have two guns in the hand,
Mhm.
that would be so
Ah.
cool.
The last word,
Oh,
two
it's
last
all-
words.
It's so cool.
Mustang and Sally.
Mm-hmm. Now we're talking.
I never got the point of the two last word thing, but okay.
At Noseva Angel, do you think we will have different armor for Iron Banner in becoming an Iron Lord? So is there going to be two different sets of Iron Banner?
I would say
Yeah,
so.
I think so too.
I'd bet
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Because becoming an Iron Lord is like finishing the story, pretty much, right? And doing like the sacrifice things, the rituals that they were talking about. Whereas Iron Banner is like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So I would.
I
guess
wonder if the
armor
Iron
sets
Banner
would
is going to
definitely be
change in a significant way.
I'd like to see some sort of change to it, honestly.
I'd like to be a switch up. Yeah.
It does feel old. I don't want to see like the monthly PvP event go away, but the Iron Banner could definitely use some refreshing.
Yeah.
I just want wolves in there somewhere.
New super,
Wolves
a pack
prowling.
of wolves.
When you get Strength of the Wolf, a pack of wolves. get
Oh,
unleashed.
that'd be so
Yes.
hot. It'd be like a kill streak.
Yes.
Ki-
Yes, please.
Kill streaks aside from supers? Oh god.
Kill streaks. Yes.
God.
Only an Iron Banner and only with Strength of the
Oh,
Wolf.
god.
Yeah. Hopefully they can fix the mercy rule too. It's just like when you're over 10,000 points, period. Maybe start engaging it.
At Strife, could you imagine a world where Destiny 2 or maybe Destiny 3 is actually cross-platform? I think he's referring to playing, like, you could play between...
Play against Xbox, or play against PlayStation on Xbox. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, it would be, yeah. I think that would solve a lot of the issues that they're having with matchmaking. Because I can only assume that
For
we're
sure.
like...
But this isn't a perfect world.
Yeah,
Could you actually imagine it happening?
No.
No.
I think Sony is way too like closed off right now.
Yeah. Sony has no reason to make that happen. Not now.
They don't.
Maybe if
they
the
need to have a
Scorpio comes
financial
out
reason.
and the Scorpio starts kicking PlayStation's ass, then you might see Sony change their tune. But you'll probably also see Microsoft change their tune too.
Yeah.
Yeah. However,
It's all about money. It has to be a financial gain for all the parties involved.
Yeah.
And it's not.
However, Pokemon Go just made Nintendo worth more money than Sony. So
It's pretty fun, not gonna lie.
This is now a Pokemon Go
It's
podcast.
pretty good.
Can it be?
yes, welcome.
Can we have one? Can I show off my
I still haven't like installed it yet. I'm
Okay.
afraid.
Oh, no.
I don't want to get into a
Just
car
replace
accident.
your gym time or like any exercise with hunting for
Tattoo, there's a
Pokemon.
really easy way to not die in a car crash while playing Pokemon Go. It's called don't
Don't play
Pokemon Go while driving your car.
Yes. This is a public
Just
service
have the
announcement.
app open so you're hatching eggs, but don't play it.
What? That sounds
You gotta be like
one
going like
step
slower
towards-
than 10 miles an hour for.
It's less than 25,
25?
actually. So if you're going 20, like all the zones around my place are 25, so I go like 23, hatching eggs.
You hatch eggs?
I can totally. I'll be that guy. I'll drive in like the left-hand lane on the highway, and just like I'm hatching eggs, and everyone's like going to.
I hate you.
You're in the
I
left-hand
hate you
lane.
and everything you stand for.
You're in the-
driving in that left-hand lane.
Oh my god. I'd be so pissed.
I got shit to do, man. Get out of my way.
Bro, I'm hatching Pokemon. I can't change lanes.
It's important. A lot of people would probably be like, "Oh, okay, it's fine."
You get a pass. Oh my gosh. I haven't installed it yet. I'm afraid to.
It's fun, especially if you like to
Yeah.
go for
It's fun.
walks.
I do.
Yeah, you end up exploring like parks that you haven't been to before just because you want to see what Pokemon are there. It's a really interesting social experience when you're in a park full of like hundreds of people looking for Pokemon.
Every
It's-
social
I
I wonder what
experience.
it's like to
is
find a dead body.
Ooh.
Less fun.
Probably less fun than finding Pokemon.
Like, do I call the? I have to call the cops
But
now? Like, am I the one that has to deal with this?
I'd be like,
No,
I gotta
just
call the
flick a
cops.
Pokeball at it for a marker, and you're good.
It's like, do I call the
am I like
cops?
a witness and I have to?
Or do
have
I?
responsibilities?
Or do I catch this Pokemon first?
Catch a Pokemon.
body's not
first.
going
The body's
anywhere.
already dead.
Yeah.
Person's
Body's
already
not
dead.
going
They
anywhere.
don't. They don't.
What's it gonna be
There
like
you
when
go.
you're following that police report? You're like, yeah, I was looking for Pokemon. They're like, you were what? You were looking for Pokemon? And actually, that's when the cop also pulls out his phone. And is like, me too.
Yeah.
That's why I
It's
Was
like,
it a
showed up.
Pikachu?
Which
'Cause I saw him
Pokemon
find a
was
Pikachu.
here?
Yeah.
Podcast got dark. Go to the next question.
All right, Bonesy from Crucible Radio at BoneCR.
I know
What
the cat.
kind of advancements / benefits do you guys expect from going next-gen console only, if any at all?
Truthfully, only like minor
More
visual
vault
things,
space.
like the game looking slightly prettier, but not enough visual change where it's like 60 FPS or anything like that. The only thing that I really see is like, maybe slightly higher res textures, some more, overlays as far as like environmental effects go, things like that.
Plague Lands could have less loading zones. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's just one continuous area instead of having just these sections that you got to load in between.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't seen the Plague Lands less. It could be a much more graphically intense area because it doesn't have to deal with the Xbox 360 and the
Could be.
PS3 at all. It's designed with these consoles in mind. Bigger vault space is definitely an option. Custom matchmaking. It's a
Dedicated servers.
It's wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's a step too far, maybe. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of advancements
There's
that,
going to be
that
lava.
can be made.
You see the lava in that Gallerwing trailer?
Yeah,
There's a bunch of
yeah, it
lava
looks cool
pools.
as hell too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Things are gonna look cool, and it's gonna be
More enemies on
more vault
screen.
space.
Yeah.
You know, more dynamic
Yeah.
firefights. A lot of stuff.
I wonder if there's going to be more enemies on screen, because I feel like the Oryx fight hits that limit with what's possible in a peer-to-peer connection to upload and download all those enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's one of the reasons why Oryx lags so much, is because every single one of those characters and their points are just being transferred back and forth between all the consoles, saying this is where that ogre just walked to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
So
But and I wonder if a strike or a story mission is a little more forgiving because there's less people involved.
Probably.
maybe, yeah.
At Sonic Hedgehog 38, what is the thing you are looking forward to that you saw in the stream, and what is your least favorite?
Kitty cat cape. Always going to be
That was
number one.
right on the tip of the tongue.
Yep.
Kitty cat cape.
I
Least
hope-
looking forward to?
I hope the. Oh no, go for it.
No, I don't know. It's all new stuff, so I'm kind of looking forward to all of it.
I'll tell you what I'm least looking forward to is getting that pulse rifle and suddenly having potato aim.
Is that shade at Deej?
That was some Deej shade.
I feel like this was
Deej
just
shade.
this was just Deej.
No,
shade.
it's the gun, man. It's the gun.
No.
It has negative 100 aim assist.
It's a Halo weapon.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Don't-
looking
don't be
forward
blaming
to
that on
exploring unexplored areas. That part where they walk up to the area where the hole has been cut in the wall, and one of the fire team members goes in there, and I'm just like, ooh, I want to know what's in there. I want to know what's in there. That's what I'm most looking forward to. The thing I'm least looking forward to is filling up my vault again.
I don't have this problem.
You should.
No.
Mine's gonna be full of kitty cat capes.
Kitty cat games.
I will keep them all.
At the Red J2, do you think the regular dollar wing will be bought with silver or unlocked like the Taken emote?
Silver.
It's silver.
Silver. Yeah, you're just gonna buy it.
That's already been
Yeah,
told.
you'll buy it on the 20th. At King of Pablo, what do you think of it being old gen's last Iron Banner, and do you think we'll get new Iron Banner weapons? I think we will. If the Iron Banner
think we'll
continues
definitely
on,
get
we'll
new
get
Iron
new
Banner
weapons.
I
Yeah,
think
I
so.
said-
I don't really care that it's last gen's last Iron Banner.
Yeah, I didn't even really think about that.
I mean, eventually it'll be.
Moment
yeah.
of silence.
Rip.
Okay, that was enough. Eventually it'll be last. It'll be last gens. It'll be their last Trials of Osiris. It'll be their last time to run.
Nightfalls.
Nightfalls. So.
The raids and Challenge of Elders and Prison of Elders, all that stuff stays, though, right?
Yeah, like you'll be able
Yeah.
to do like everything that's in the game right now, except for in-game activities, in the sense that it's in-game. You'll be able to still run King's Fall. You'll still be able to go do Vault of Glass, stuff like that. But you won't get Iron Banner. You basically won't get live events. You won't get anything that's in Rise of Iron.
No live events. The horror.
Man, those like 3 live events that have happened. Man.
Right. At the Milky Clan, how do you think Bungie could better represent clans in game? Special shaders, custom emblems.
How about an interface?
Emblems of
inside?
people.
How about having the clan thing in the actual game? That'd be cool.
Right.
An actual
That would-
plan?
yeah,
How about
that would be
how about
helpful.
me being able to invite someone to my clan in the actual game at the
Yeah.
That would be
Whoa.
wonderful because I hate
Yeah.
the website for all the
yeah,
clans.
it's terrible.
I hate it.
I think you guys are taking this a little too far. Invite somebody to the clan in the game?
Yeah, that means you would have to log into their game to invite them. That's what they're wanting you to always do.
Whoa.
That's madness.
I would like
Voodoo, man.
I would like some kind of like a posting center, like a message board in game for your clan. I would like a separate friends list just filled with your clan's members. So, if
I agree.
not all of my clan members may be on my friends list, it'd be nice to just have a separate list of all my clan members. Stuff
Yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
would be great. And definitely an emblem. If we could pick an emblem specific for our clan, like from maybe that we also share on the Bungie forums or something like that, that'd be great.
I'm going to have to
There's a
disagree.
lot they could do because currently there's nothing. So
Well, it says my clan name.
I'm gonna have to
When it's
disagree
not
with you,
bugged out.
Briar.
Okay.
If we have all that,
Yeah.
then why would I ever go to Bungie.net?
To
The
check out This
forum.
Week at Bungie.
Don't you want to post all your cool?
So you want to go to the forum
I don't
that's
go to the
super,
forum.
I don't go for the
super
forum.
positive
I don't go
and
for the
wonderful.
forum.
Come on.
You still got to read the grimoire. Got to keep up to date
You
on
know,
the
that's
latest
actually.
going on. And
What if they put the Grimoire Codex inside the game, and you can invite and find people from your clan inside the game?
This Week at Bungie.
Yeah, I guess it's
You gotta
This
go
Week at
there for
Bungie.
that.
Yeah, I love Deej's like poetic ability
Yeah.
on This Week at Bungie. So
It's the main reason
True
you
enough.
tune into it.
honestly, he weaves magic. Love it.
at Rue Wilson, do you think Trials would be more fun if more people adopted the team fun mentality? This is one of my Trials partners. And when we go into Trials, we play for fun. We go in there trying to have a good attitude. We don't always walk away with a lighthouse win, but we do laugh a lot. And I do think that, you know, Trials can be awfully sweaty and awfully competitive. I've been on Trials teams that swore and yelled an awful lot, and it just sucks the fun right out of it.
Well, yeah, that's
So I think-
never fun.
Yeah,
I think Wilson's got a good point here. Because it can...
I think the team fun mentality is always the appropriate approach, because even if you're doing some other activities like the raid,
Mhm.
as soon as somebody starts getting pissed off, annoyed, uptight, starts blaming things or yelling at other people, there's never a point where it goes, suddenly it just got better because of that.
Right. It never helps.
Never.
It never
Oh,
helps.
the
never
morale
adds
goes
to the
down.
fun.
People start playing worse
Yeah.
because now they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's angry. I don't want him to get more angry. He's yelling at me." So then you play a lot worse.
I don't
Just go-
agree with
literally
any of
sucks the
this
fun.
at all. At all. You guys, this has been the worst podcast I've ever been on. I'm just going to go get some new podcast hosts. This is absolute bullshit. Wait, do I just fuck...
Patrick
do I
yells at
just-
me
clean out your
sometimes.
Do I just fuck... Yeah, you go clean out your postmasters. Clean out your vaults and
You
clean
know,
out your postmasters.
Watch,
This is
there's help
You
available.
guys are the newbiest hosts
You
I've
don't
ever...
have to stay with
I'm going to Destiny Podcast host LFG.net right now and finding 3 new hosts. This is... No, I'm done.
LFG in a podcast.
In case...
looking for
Patrick
podcast
yells at me
hosts.
when I
In
take his
case you were
kills.
ever wondering if you
I
ever
I
rage,
think
that's
Pat
what you
just
sound
made
like.
a point
That's what
that
you sound like.
he just. Pat just
Now
made
I'm
a point.
sad.
He just made a point that it boosted the morale. We all laughed.
That's true.
So,
Shit! That was the opposite
my bad.
effect.
My bad. Yell at your teammates.
Everyone yell at everyone.
Dildo T. Baggins, thoughts on Siva infected OG Iron Lords being smaller raid bosses leading to the main boss?
I could be down with that. I could be down with some of that.
That would be pretty
I
cool.
think they've already kind
be
of said
down.
it's not going to work that way, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe. I'd be down with it. I've always loved the idea of
It'd
the
be cool.
taking Guardian or the Siva infected Guardian that you got to fight. Like, I always thought it'd be a cool PvE encounter.
It'd be like Bloodborne fighting those hunters.
Oh, fuck
Yes.
that. Never mind. I don't want to play it anymore.
Don't
Yeah,
like
we
hunters?
know Bungie took a lot of inspiration from the Dark Souls series. Oh shit!
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
I can't wait for
That
there to
would
be a
be
Guardian that just like
fun.
phase two of the fight is him popping a roaming super, and you're just like, oh,
right?
okay.
Just wiping out your fire
God.
team.
It's
He
gonna be a
throws out
Stormcaller.
fist of panic and
Stormcaller
just
with
kills
a
y'all.
year 1 shotgun.
A
Felwinners?
Stormcaller. Oh my god.
Fellwinter's Stormcaller.
Oh, yeah. He's totally
That's
going to
what
rock
we're gonna
Thorn
fight
and a
against.
Felwinners.
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
see
shit.
Felwinter. I want to see Felwinter, and like you're not for the storyline. Like clearing Felwinter's Peak is you just like you dodging sniper fire all the way up, and when you get there, it's him holding a shotgun.
It's him holding the lie.
He gets the dual wield
Yeah.
shotguns. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Crazy Warlock, I feel the primary nerfs have made shotgun rushing way too effective, especially with Titan skating. Agree?
I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I kill people with shotguns just fine.
I just don't want them to nerf shotguns again. I feel like the solution is not to nerf shotguns; it's to rebuff the primaries. I'm really scared of this conversation because
We talk about
Yeah.
this like every
yeah,
week.
it's true. We'll
And
just move on.
I think we just need to see how they're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
At Caboose34 mentioned it earlier in the week. Oh, Holtzman mentioned it earlier in the week. Why are shower beers so good?
It's like
Shower
beer is one of the.
You never had a
greatest
shower beer? You literally bring a beer into the
Shower
shower,
beer?
take a shower, and
things.
drink
It's
a beer.
fantastic.
It is fantastic. There is something decadent and
Really?
perfect about it.
Is it because you're hot
Yeah, it's like
in
it's
there?
hot in
and
there.
It's like
This
cooling
is
you
a cooler
down?
It's true.
You know, you ever drink like warm sock?
You're not taking a cold
Yeah.
shower.
No.
Yeah, it's
Regular
That's true.
shower.
Otherwise, hot
You
chocolate.
just feel
might
so
be great.
relaxed because you got that
Yeah.
that shower running over you. Plus, you're drinking a beer. It's great. It's a great
So you
feeling.
got-
I heard
Hot
Goth
outside.
drinks like Monster energy drinks in the
No.
shower.
No,
Who
that's
does?
no.
Gothalion? No, that's not.
Isn't Gothalion sponsored
Gets you ready
by,
for your
isn't
day.
Gothalion sponsored by like Budweiser or something?
he was.
Oh, I think he was on
He's
a
in a
commercial.
commercial,
I
yeah.
saw him like on a
Yeah, so
Twitch
you would think
commercial.
you think that man of any of us would know about shower beers. He probably has a running stock of them. But yeah, like
He-
shower
He
beer
probably knows about
is just
showers.
one of those things
Shower
that
beer.
He has a kegerator.
Yeah.
So shower beers aren't going to work for him unless he gets a cup with a container, like a top.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
You really want a bottle. Can is not optimal. It'll work.
work.
Bottle's
It'll
best.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't drop.
Everything
just
tastes
don't
better in a bottle
Drop
anyway.
the glass bottle because that. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
horrible.
awful.
But shower like there's a couple months ago. That was the last time I had a shower
on.
beer. Yeah, it was a couple months ago. I had like a really good morning. Had a really good
explain to
streak.
me-
And I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna have a fucking beer. And you're just yeah, just makes your day.
I don't generally enjoy a shower beer in the morning. I could be persuaded to, especially in my college days. But, like you just got done mowing the lawn. Maybe you're going out that night for dinner. Hey, I'm
Shower
while I'm
beer.
in the shower, I'm going to have a beer in here.
There you go.
Okay, 2 birds,
Sounds
1 stone.
delightful.
I've never tried this.
I highly recommend it.
I don't
see,
like beer, so this could be a problem. But
I don't think shower hard cider is the same. I don't know. For some reason,
Yeah,
doesn't
never
work
I was
for
gonna
me.
say
tried
like
that.
shower
sweet?
hard liquor. You're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Shower
so my
glass
question
of
is,
scotch.
my question is, do you like stick your head out of the curtains
see-
and then
see,
take
like,
because you're not
I got
bringing
the
it in,
shower
are you?
right here, spraying
It's
me
in
in
there
the
with you.
face, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
there's like I reach over and there's a toilet on the other side of the curtain, and I got the beer sitting on top of the toilet. So I just grab
Okay.
that. It's like just reach out, grab that, take a drink, leave it back in there. Like
While the shower's hitting you in
Yeah,
the
why not?
face.
do you face the shower when you take a
I
shower?
mean, I fucking
you face the
rotate. You
shower
gotta
head?
clean your
Yeah, I'm
entire
turning
body.
all over the
Okay.
place, man.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Like a
'cause
merry-go-round
that-
in
I
there.
don't- I don't-
It's just-
Aren't you worried about the water, like the tap water getting into your beer, and like, do you not think about that when you're bringing the can in or something?
I mean, have you ever had a beer in a pool? There's
yeah, but
precautions
the
that you
water
take.
isn't splashing.
He's not in like a surfing machine.
Tefty.
Yeah.
I put it right next
Completely
to
different.
the-
That's like a bath. That's like saying you're having a bath.
A beer in a bath
Yeah,
makes
bath
sense.
beer. Exactly.
That's easy. Easy peasy.
Hey,
Tefty,
give
you're
it a shot,
thinking
man.
about
It's
it
good.
entirely too much. Yeah, you're probably gonna
That's
get
true.
some tap water in your beer, Tefty. God forbid.
A little bit of mist.
You have failed this city.
I'm sorry. I'll drink tap water. This is tap water right here, and I'll drink all.
All right. JM
That's why
Salas
you have a clean
at
bulb.
Complex Pineapple. Instead of them being year one weapons, what if they brought back Vision of Confluence and Fatebringer as exotics?
They've kind of already brought back Fatebringer as Ace
Imago?
of Spades.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ace
yeah.
of Spades is essentially
That's true.
Fatebringer.
Not as good, though.
Yeah.
It's not as good.
Yeah, it isn't.
Ace of Spades is good.
But it is. You're right. It is. I mean, they basically did bring back the Fatebringer. Vision of Confluence, I'd love to see that come back as an exotic. That'd be great.
Yeah.
At Steve Thorne, what other weapons do you think would make good Sparrow or ship designs?
Thorn. I want a Thorn.
Thorn Sparrow would be hot. The ship would be
It would
cool
look
too.
just like dark and like
There's
cool
There's
and
actually
edgy.
a post on Reddit right now. Let me go see if I can find it.
Oh.
But
and it would leave like the green poison
Oh
trail.
yeah, I like that.
That's cool.
Bad Juju would be another good one. Put a big skull on the front.
I
Yeah.
think like Jade Rabbit would also look really slick.
There already is a Jade Rabbit Sparrow, though.
That's
My
true.
bad. My bad. Never mind.
The Icebreaker would make another good one. Iconic. You'd easily be able to identify a Icebreaker Sparrow.
Okay, I posted it in the chat. There's an Icebreaker, Red Death, Suros Regime, Lord of Wolves, Last Word, and Queen Breaker's Bow.
Red Death is super cool.
Yeah. No, this.
Lord of Spirits.
I remember seeing these. Yeah,
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
they're great concepts.
Really good concepts.
They are.
It's actually one of the reasons why, seeing those concepts and then also seeing the Gallerwing suddenly realized into being reality was like, whoa, my reality is being bent.
Yeah.
Time and space.
It was almost like SRL. It had been talked about for so long, and then to see it actually happen was weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
At Sigo Joe, if Bungie made exotic weapons based off each of you, what would each of your exotic perks be?
Oh God, I feel like this is a question that you need like a week to
I
think
got
about.
I got mine already.
I got mine.
You go,
Oh,
Pat.
Mine's
okay.
a sniper rifle.
What's your exotic perk?
It's called Tinfoil Theory, and anytime you get a headshot on an enemy, it places a tinfoil hat on them that shuts that shuts off their radar.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
What's yours?
Man.
Like a
Stephanie?
utility
Yeah.
exotic.
It
I
might
like
it might
it.
have to be okay. It'll be a scout rifle. Actually, it'll be a scout rifle. Yeah. So then you could actually like use it in PvP. So like, oh my god, my radar just got shut off. Why do I have a tinfoil hat on? Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say mine was gonna be called Netcode, and when you equip it, you automatically are on dedicated servers. So
That's cheating. That's
Well,
cheating.
that.
I know it's
Yeah.
this is a podcast.
That's-
We get to make stuff up.
Mine's a high rate of fire auto rifle. The exotic perk is called Briar Wins, and whenever I fire it, I win the firefight.
This is
You
ridiculous.
guys
Right.
suck at this. You guys are really
That is
bad
correct.
at this.
Patrick's was like a perk that I could see. I could see it happening. You hit someone, it shuts off their radar, or maybe like just lowers their radar vision.
I don't know. I really like the
Ah.
Briar Wins perk. I think it would really come in handy.
Yeah, it'll come
Yeah.
in great for
you guys
everyone.
would honestly
Yeah.
enjoy dedicated
As
servers.
long as
You
your
should be on
name's
my side here. Come on. Now.
So what? Okay, here's
I don't know. What do
here's
I
the
need
developer
What
question.
do I need dedicated service for if I always win?
Briar, here's the developer question.
Oh,
What do you
fair
do
point.
for the other 99.99999% of the players that aren't Briar Rabbit that have the weapon equipped and they kill something? What happens?
I gotta ask myself right now, how much do I really care about them?
You'd make a great executive, Briar. You made a great executive.
Can you think of anything on the fly, Watts?
All I can think about is lambs. Can I
Lambs?
just like? Can I have
How
a
about a
sword
rocket launcher that shoots lambs?
that looks like a shepherd stick? So I smack people with the shepherd stick,
Uh-huh.
but it can also have lambs that follow me in.
Nice.
They're
How
cute,
about lamb
but
pack
evil and
rounds?
deadly.
Lamb pack.
Lamb pack round. Sounds pretty deadly.
you like-
just imagine them just bouncing at you. You'd be terrified.
Now you know what it is. You like, oh, look at these cute lambs. You stop to pet them, and then suddenly, boom, shotgun in the
They're like
face.
the rabbit from Search for
I
the
thought you were
Holy
gonna say
Grail.
they blow up. I was like,
No,
that's
you
a
show
little
up
dark.
with a shotgun. You're like, boom, or a sniper. You're off in the distance.
Can it make me invisible? It's like when the lambs are out, I'm invisible. So then someone's petting it.
Yeah.
Can I
Oh,
just
You sneak up on them and assassinate them.
Oh, what? This is why you should
With
play
backstab?
WoW.
Perfect.
That's why you should play WoW. You can be an engineer and you can make sheep, little lambs that follow you around, but they're actually filled with dynamite. And when like an enemy gets up close to them, they explode.
Perfect. Perfect. That's what I want. I want that.
All right, I have to apologize because this was 5 pages of questions that we got through tonight,
Holy shit!
which usually we get through like 3, and that's it. There were plenty more questions
Oh.
that were asked, and they were all really good this week. Like people were excited about this
You could
reveal.
save them for next week.
Yeah, we can save them for next week, but this is the last question.
Okay. Well.
And
Okay.
it comes from at Marty. Do you think we'll have patrol feel more like alive and meaningful environment in Rise of Iron. Do you think the patrol will feel more meaningful?
I sincerely hope so.
I do too.
I want it to be at a place where you want to go and explore and discover things. It'd be super cool if they tied like an exotic into it. Like you have to find some stuff to get an exotic. A Seaver exotic, maybe.
Like you said earlier, the
That'd be super
Dreadnought
cool.
was that. It was a place I wanted to go and explore. I think
I want that.
the thing that burnt me
I
out
want
with the
that, but
Dreadnought
more.
a little bit was that we had had so many locations in quick succession that were like dark and gloomy, like the Dark Below, then the Prison
That's
Elders,
true.
and then the Dreadnought. At least
Yeah.
this is got a different feel to it, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I love an active and alive patrol zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I thought Court of Oryx was so awesome in the beginning. It felt alive.
Exactly.
All those secrets in the Dreadnought were so fun, and like even collecting all those fragments, it didn't feel necessarily like busy work. Like when you collect all the sword materials, that feels like busy work.
Yeah.
Collecting all the fragments on the Dreadnought is interesting. You know, it's fun. It's like different.
Especially the puzzle ones, like Watts mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
With the smelly worm
puzzle
one.
ones were fun. Yep.
Yeah.
I also really
Solid.
hope that there's more public events that are interesting. Like you said, when you first saw that
And
spider tank
difficult.
drop, yeah, a difficult public event that involved more than just taking down a boss. Like when you saw that spider tank drop and you had to blow the legs off the first time, it's a very memorable moment. So I hope we see some interesting SIVA related things that are public events.
Yeah. I
don't
got high
show up
hopes
all
for the
time.
Plague Lands. You know, this is our first next gen or current gen only patrol area, so that I got high hopes.
Me too.
Yep. I do.
And that
And
was
dedicated
it.
servers.
Oh wow.
And dedicated service. That was it. That was 5 pages of questions. We did a lot
That's
of questions.
a lot of
Nice.
questions.
Nicely
That's awesome.
done.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah, we spent over almost an hour and a half on questions,
Yeah.
All right.
or hour and 15.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. That was the 80th episode of Plain Destiny podcast. We're nearing that 100. Yeah, we'll have to do something special. I got something in mind. Yeah, I got something in
super
mind.
special.
All right. If you want to find me, you know, at Holtzman_PD on Twitter, or you can just find me at Holtzman on Twitch. That's the other T social media thing. Yep.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit. Streaming on Twitch, just do a search for Briar Rabbit or the Briar Rabbit channel on YouTube.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter and catch the streams that I do here on Planet Destiny, and also my personal Twitch page, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, doing the Destiny stuff, some other things sometimes, but mostly Destiny.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in this week. That was the 80th episode. We'll see you next week. Well, bye.
Bye.
Shower beer.
Bye-bye.
Shower beer is weird.